You know, there's a music when you pause, a special music. You know about the music?
Really?
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's quite annoying. There's an annoying pause music.
I am going to go home and I am going to waste all my earnings from this tournament just on this Arcana. We're to vote now for the Mercedes-Benz.
Yep, so Boom is doing a tri-lane, most likely, and the Beast is going to be alone. Secure the king off lane!
No, hide. That's the fight.
Right, it's a smart move because, like I said, Dazzle is not an offlaner that wants to lose the lane.
Yep. Yeah.
Beastmaster is
Is okay.
under the same category too, but he comes back. He's more useful when.
Because Dazzle can farm jungle and Beastmaster can.
Yeah. I mean, you can farm jungle as Dazzle when you get your Necro Book.
Sure.
When you're rich.
The way to recover as Dazzle is to play the lanes, which is always not the best thing.
Yeah. So now the decision is about whether they feel like they need the Weaver to go bot to help at some point, or they feel like the two heroes can actually deal with the tree. This is like going to be the huge deciding. Oh, that's very smart in this lane. They notice it's going to be a tri lane, so the cloud skill cogs to drag back the wave, and maybe the Dazzle can get the heal as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is great. This is perfect.
That's very well
This
done.
is so good.
And you were saying as well that the reason why a lot of cogs like you don't like it as much is because it's weaker in the lane, but against a tri lane, bam,
Yeah. So now the Tusk has no choice. He has to TV it out.
Oh, yeah. Very well done.
This is so smart. Now he's dragging the wave, and you want to force the Morphing to take damage from last hitting under the tower. Force him like he's gonna
ranged, so he can
it's gonna be very annoying for him, you know. So this is whatever Fnatic did. That was really, really good for the lanes, for the Dazzle. So Dazzle is gonna have a great old time at bottom. Morphing's gonna be pressured because the wave is too near the Dire side, so he's getting hit by the Dazzle a lot.
We see actually first blood in the top
Oh,
lane.
that's so bad.
And they actually get a counter kill.
No, this is very big for Fnatic because the Tusk teleported, right? He teleported top. He has no TP. He has to walk. Oh, that's very... And the Beast died as well.
The Beast died going for that kill because he knew he had to make something out of this, but I don't know if that was worth it, to be honest.
Top lane lost, bottom lane lost.
GG.
Mid lane is what? Dragon Knight against Ember.
Should be a
50-50.
You think
but
so? I think it's DK favorite. Slightly.
Yeah,
55-45.
he'll win a little bit, but it doesn't really matter so much.
No, it's just last hitting. He just beats him in last hitting. But well, last time we did see that DK got a free kill. So, you know, you never know.
I mean, the last time wasn't a very fair assessment to them. Yeah, shit happened.
Yeah, but we keep saying that, but it happens every single time with every match that we talk about. You know, if there's a large sample size, outliers become the norm. That's a common statistic principle. That's true.
The stats don't lie.
Stats don't lie. Call Mahaz.
If you have enough numbers,
anything can happen. The impossible becomes probable. So, let's see. Boom Esports. They are not doing too well in the lanes, as you mentioned.
I tell you, the lanes feel impossible right now.
They really do feel... the mid lane's still going nicely.
Look at the CS of the Morph and the
Dazzle is destroying the Morph.
Yeah, Morph has 5 last hits to 10 of the Dazzle. Beastmaster has 4 to the Wraith King has 10, but 8 denies. The laning is so far very, very bad for Wraith.
I think it's partially... I mean, the Dazzle against the Morph is a really good matchup as well, because if you morph strength, you lose armor. Dazzle beats you. If you morph agility, you lose HP. Dazzle beats you. Like, there's not really a win against his physical damage here.
I mean, I feel like it's more about... Yeah, sure, you're right about the matchup, but it's more about what they did before, like how they plan ahead, how they see the lane should be played, you know. Everything that's happening now is because of the Clock used 2 cogs to block the creep. He chose to use cogs to sacrifice his own roaming, but to make sure that, because he understands Dazzle is not an off-lane hero that can suffer in the lane. If he suffers, it means that he's going to have a very, very bad game.
Yeah. And that led to the Tusk, of course, rotating top, which didn't do much, as we saw.
Because the wave is in front of the tower.
But you were right about this. There's not much use to him top, honestly. Tusk against Weaver is not... What do you do? Like, Weaver just harasses you. Tusk against Wraith King can happen, can kind of work.
He feels like he doesn't have a home right now. He doesn't know where to go.
Yeah, poor Tusk.
But maybe if he didn't die just now, like the first bird, I feel like...
He played a bit too aggressively.
Yeah, if he is level 2 and then the Beastmaster gets level 3, then maybe he could play the top lane.
I've never really seen a Beastmaster, unless the team makes a mistake, being aggressive before level 3, because that's when the wars really deal damage.
Yeah, the level 3 is the power spike in the lane. You should probably wait for that time, unless the enemy makes a very severe mistake that you want to capitalize right away.
So we went for the room control. We're seeing that DK has actually been beating the lane by a lot, which is not surprising in terms of denies. It's what the Breathe Fire does. The Breathe Fire effect is just too powerful.
But for the Ember,
He's
he doesn't he doesn't mind because patience later and how they deal with he's still CSing very well, like he has very similar CS to the DK. It's just the denies and the denies has gotten worse and worse right now. It doesn't really impact the lane as much as before because it went from what 30% XP to what right now it's 50%. Yeah, it went 30 to 40 and then now it's 50. And it's definitely still significant in the lane. But
FPZ dying again on the top lane. Hyde's coming into this. Why is he not coming into Savage? He trusts the boards, lets the boards get the kill, and Hyde just wants to run away. He doesn't want to die to jabs. As you mentioned, he still has Snowball, trying to play around with this under the tower. Hyde just got body blocked, and that is not going to be enough. Barely by 10 HP he survives. Jabs, the greed in his eyes. He thinks he can foresee the demise of the Tusk, but it's not going to happen for now.
Wow, he's going to get the 2 bounty runes. Is he going to get the second one?
No.
Wow, he actually...
Easy. That was a good play by Jabs, though.
Yeah, that was a really good play. He was going to get 1 rune regardless, but if he went for the second, the one on the high ground first, then he had a chance of getting both.
Cogs.
So,
not going to be enough for Kescu.
So now the catapult wave, Dragon Knight should be level 6.
Okay, can we see the rotation here that you were talking about last game? Will it happen this time?
I don't know. Let's see. Ember is going to cut the wave, but it seems like the Fnatic supports are already moving mid. Look at what they're doing. Like, it's so good and so fast every time. I think it's DJ at mid right now. He's already there ready to defend, and the Weaver has no HP, I think. Oh no, he's full HP. So he got a bottle or something. Oh, he TP'd back to base. He went back to base. I thought he was low. So he has TP ready right now if he's needed to defend the middle lane. But so far, the Ember already cut the wave behind. They pop Glyph. It kills the catapult in front. Yeah. Perfect.
They dealt perfectly with this rotation.
And the Ember gets a regen.
Oh, and maybe a free Tusk as well. He has Snowball right now. No, they're not quick enough.
You make your own luck, some people say. If you do the right things, you create your own luck. You play correctly.
Sure. Yeah.
You know that saying, like if you do the right thing, you make your own luck?
Yeah. I have heard that saying. It's usually from people that were very lucky and they kept trying to justify their luck with their own things, but yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to remember, like, doing the right things is a very important part of Dota, you know, understanding what you have to do. So here,
of course,
DJ, after defending the mid tower, goes top, punishes the Beastmaster here. Oh no.
They have cogs.
Oh no, you think you can escape the clock.
Look at his build as well. He went for the Windlace plus, probably a Tranquils early, so you have way too much movement speed on this clock. Windlace plus boots, you're not going to outrun.
Yeah, Windlace is a very, very good item right now because they revert. I didn't really like it when they made it percentage based because the slow heroes, you don't want to buy it as a slow hero.
Yes.
But that's not what the item was created. I felt like the item is created for the slow heroes to catch up, you know.
Yeah.
That's why it felt like you couldn't play the slow heroes before. But now,
and then you would get on a fast hero and he would just outrun everybody on the map.
Now you see hope. There is a sunshine after that dark tunnel.
As Winter, his name indicates, he likes playing Crystal Maiden and Winter Wyvern. So
no,
you can see by those.
I actually like to play Crystal Maiden.
Because she's too slow. Yeah, well, there you go.
Wyvern is also a slow hero.
That's why I mentioned them. That was the joke.
But he can fly, or she can fly.
It's true, it's true. Yeah. So she has some sort of natural escape, which is good.
she was a bit OP like a while back when she got the magic resist on the aura. Yeah, she had magic.
CM you mean?
Yeah, CM.
I thought you were mentioning Winter Wyvern. I was like, what aura?
What aura? The aura of invincibility when you get the axe, you know.
Oh, okay, that's cute. Was he trying to go for the... What was his play? Stack?
He wanted to stack, but the timing was off, right?
Yeah, but also, who was he stacking?
Did he place a ward? No.
No, he didn't.
I think
he did have a ward in his inventory, though, I believe.
Oh, okay. Maybe he wanted to place
that's the only thing I'm thinking about.
Maybe he wanted to place a deep ward, because he wanted to scout the Ancients, but Dragon Knight pop ulti. A has to TP mid.
Okay, the snowball! No, Moon's a bit too quick.
Yep, AA should TP mid right now. They want to hit the tower with the Dragon Form, but here comes the Fnatic support. Even Ice is here. Look at how well they're defending against this Dragon Knight ulti. Like, they're committing so much.
It's the second Dragon Knight ulti they try for this tower, and similar to last game, right? It's the exact same thing we saw last game.
And look at bot lane as well. The Wraith King is able to farm because the Dazzle doesn't need to be here anymore, so he just lets the Wraith King farm the lane. He defends the tower. Amazing. And look at what Jab is doing. He's pulling the morphing TP top after they see the rotation.
Wow.
And then he goes in front of the creeps and pulls the wave, the aggro, so the morphing cannot hit the tower.
Because he knows what the DK is. That's really the only reliable stun they have, except from a roar. So that's all they have to concern themselves with.
But either way, if I'm the Weaver there, I don't even mind if I die. If I pull the wave, I get the wave away. They can't hit the tower. They're wasting time. And now they're hitting the tower. Oh, this is so good.
Yeah, and they catch a free AA as well because the rotation by 23 Savage. What he did as well there, right? He farmed bottom, farmed the jungle camps
connected
away.
mid, kill the mid tower, everything is perfect, and then after this they defend the tier 1 at top. Not sure if they want to because the tower is already half HP, but if they could do that, I think you feel so terrible as Dire because you get 0 from that whole exchange.
Fnatic is outplaying them hard right now.
Yeah, very, very hard. It all just started from the lanes. Like very similar to the last game. The last game it started a little later after the lanes when the Dragon Knight started to pop ultimate to
Yes.
fight, and how the supports are playing around it. It was really bad. Where how the boom supports kind of like they didn't really. I don't want to say neglect, but because they were there, they're there, but they didn't really commit.
They weren't commit. Yeah.
They weren't committing.
This time it seemed like they were committing more though. It just that seems like the Fnatic draft was just again stronger at being able to fight.
And they brought more people because even the Dazzle came.
Yes. And here the bigger issue which comes from the start what you were saying, the clock play, which won the Dazzle lane. And DJ, okay, going for Mikoto, poison touch to slow him down. The battery stop barely grazes him, but it's enough. He's stuck in the cogs. Moon joining in. They have the help of the Urn, but still not a Spirit Vessel, so it's hard to find the damage to actually kill Mikoto. I mean, they're going far, as far as they can.
Where's the backup?
He doesn't need backup. He's a Dragon Knight.
Wow, okay. Dragon Knight needs no friends.
No, Dragon Knight is a solo. Actually, dragons are solitary creatures, so it does make sense. It's fulfilling his lore. I also love how Ice will rotate as much as he does. You know, early, whatever hero he's playing, as long as lane dominator, he's very active, even without the MP.
It's about the right thing to do. It's not about, like, he's not just blindly rotating, he's just doing the correct thing. Because when Dragon Knight pops ultimate, you want to defend, you don't want him to get the tower.
But you don't see the offlaner from Boom going in that to try to commit to that tower, though.
Yeah, it's just the correct thing to do. You don't want to give, because I always tell you the mid tier 1 is the most important tier 1 of the game. You don't want to give that tower for free unless the enemy is committing so heavy that they bring 5 heroes. Sure, take it. We have the side lanes. We are farming the map.
So there's my question. At that point, should FBC do the same play? Should he also be committing to the mid tower?
Why not if he has a raw? But the thing is, the main difference here, the Dazzle had a very good lane. The Beastmaster had a pretty
so he didn't feel strong
below average lane. Yeah, average below average lane. So he doesn't feel as strong to move. But even though you have a below average lane, but if it's the right thing to do, you still have to do it. But overall, I think among the players, sometimes when you don't get a good lane, like especially the tier 2 or more inexperienced players, you tend to not do the right thing because you don't feel so comfortable.
Yeah,
and you want to
recover,
catch up.
so
Yeah.
useful.
But recovering is also doing the right thing. It allows you to recover.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
if you farm, if you just farm, no. The thing is like they seem to think that farming allows me to recover.
Oh right, sorry. You mean recovering also means doing the right thing, not that recovering is also doing the right thing.
Yes.
Okay.
You have to do the right thing to recover in the game instead of just trying to abandon everything and just, oh guys, I want to hit jungle or stay in the lane, you know.
Primal Roar will find SSIs. This is an important kill actually with the snowball. So this is the recovery we're talking more about. To find kills, create space.
Yeah, do what you're supposed to do. Move around like right now they're defending their area, right? Because the Dire team is playing so aggressive.
Oh, the beast fired! Not enough. The tower needed one more hit. You're right, actually. If you see OG when they recover, quote unquote, they always play like this. They play aggressive.
I think Thompson is the perfect example for that. He loses his lane, but he still does his thing. You won't see him, oh, I have a shit lane. I'm just sitting in my lane, last hitting creeps because I need to recover. No. But he's just like moving around. Like you see him like brown boots, but null talisman running around. He's still doing Thompson things, you know. He's doing the right things for the game.
Which is why OG always plays well from behind, actually. He's one of the better teams at seeing that. Even if they lose the lanes, they play their strategy.
They're doing the correct things, I feel like. It's not so much about the strategy. Maybe some people will view it as part of their strategy, but I feel like it's
I mean, they're committing to whatever their original plan was. They don't deviate just because of the
But it's also just good Dota, you know. They're doing the right things. They're just playing how Dota should be played. Everyone's doing what they should be doing at a specific time, a point of the time. They're playing their roles, you know. This guy's the king, Ana is the king, he's farming. You know, you're all the slaves, you're playing around, you're pulling waves, you're stacking. Didn't you see the video where No-Tail was like super stacking, pulling the wave for Ana? Well, that was actually, you know, so good as a support player. This is how much you can do as a support player.
I mean, that guy is the king of versatility, though. I've seen him. When he played carry, it was one of the...
What?
I think they didn't mean to do that. Okay. It's okay, Kez, cute mate. You'll get it eventually. They can't deward their own... Oh, they just did it. They dewarded their own ward. I don't know if they... Maybe did they place it maybe earlier to stop the enemy team from ancient stacking, and now...
I'm not sure. Maybe they were trying to kill the Weaver before or something.
It's hard to tell what happened. But whatever happened, now they did re-entry. But they don't have the control over this part anymore because you're Dire. This is the line.
Look at how big the map is right now for the Dire team. They are farming everything.
Because the tier 1 is now fallen.
Ember is just taking the dangerous lane because nobody can kill him. It's only the Beastmaster.
Oh, that was a great slide of Fist Detective. I don't know if that was luck or what happened, but...
He just knew, like, he was very safe. Like you always want to have a remnant and get, because the moment you see the beast and the ice blast, you have a chance of dying. Like any +1, you know, it could be the Tusk, it could be the Dragonite, it could be anyone, the morphing. So you have to be very careful. And he's just playing towards how far he can bring this. You know, Clockwork's gonna find the beast, hookshot. This is our area, not yours.
See? Okay, with the it's too much damage, you're right?
It's
our area.
not your area
But
anymore.
that would usually be Radiant.
Yeah, it's usually a Radiant area, but because the game has gone so bad, it became the Dire area.
So what's Radiant's
It's
area?
also because of how far the Ember was pushing the lane.
What-
The
what-
Radiant's area, behind all the towers right now.
Okay, so the triangle to some degree, right?
Yeah, the triangle, just the triangle.
This here, surprising that
Brave
Wraith King.
King, yes.
But that's his first life he
his
took away
backup?
with Ice Blast. I don't know if he can take it a second time. He's gonna try to TP. Oh, okay, yeah.
Backup
The
is here.
snowball was ready. Cold feet triggers. Weaver's joining in though. There's no Axe. I think they can kill the Wraith King. They managed to do so. 23 Savage is down for the count. But Sketsky will pay for his sins, and Jabs will get a counter kill. Here comes Ice. He
Where's
wants
the
to
Ember?
avenge his dead teammate. The Ember's not joining in because they have enough resources to murder the two supports.
Didn't he have TP? Like, the moment the Brave King died, the first life, he had to TP.
I'm not certain if he had TP.
Maybe his TP was on cooldown. Because I felt like there was no way the Brave King could have died twice there if the TPs were coming.
Oh, we have Wraith King Radiance? Really? 14 minutes, that's quick.
Yeah, no one has been allowed to touch His Majesty. No one.
I mean, literally.
Like until that last moment where his servants decide not to TP or couldn't TP. You tell me.
I'm glad you're finding some more diversity for your respective pronouns. Servants, slaves, okay.
But they all mean the same
They
thing.
all mean the same.
Or his subjects.
Oh, that's good. That's a good one for this particularly. Oh, so but that's still a really quick radiance. Like regardless of the point, yeah, he had free farm, etc. I mean, that's incredible. quick.
We are
Now you can
truly
play.
in character now because it's Brave King. It's actually a king right
Yeah, that's the point I was trying to make. That's why I like subjects. Yeah,
now.
he's literally your Majesty. Yeah.
What's the
Agnes.
law? So is he a king in his past life?
I actually don't know the Wraith King lore.
Oh, you actually don't know one lore for once? One lore that you don't know?
No, it's because I was so sad that it was called Wraith King and not Skeleton King that I decided it wasn't working. I was depressed that day when they changed them.
I mean, so right now the Morphing can only farm in the triangle and wherever he's farming now, but he's still
Well,
feeling
I
the
don't think that's-
pressure. Look
yeah.
at look at how scared he
It's
was.
so dangerous. He has to shift, but of course with the
Fine.
Spirit Vessel, it's so difficult to shift in front of the Ember. He's trying to gain some space. There we go. That's how you play, actually. You don't attribute shift in front of the Ember as much as you need to. You attribute shift only a little, enough to survive, and then you get away with Wakeful. That's how you... Okay,
Yeah,
at least well played.
He's just trying to get as much farm as he can, so he's going back to the triangle right now. Because the game is in a very, very dire strait for Radiant right now. It's very hard for them to get a lot of farm on the map. So they're just trying to squeeze whatever ounce they can get, like wherever dangerous area, wherever areas that's very close to the line. They're just trying to push it to the maximum. And Dazzle is just taking even more space away from them when he's just killing all these towers.
And it's particular as well, you see the DK.
Oh, level 3 Necrobook as well.
Wow, that's not common you see on Dazzle. Usually you see for the Guardian Graves.
Wait, are they trading this top tower? This is good for
Yeah.
Radiant.
It's really good for Boom.
But
This really
Is
expands.
Dire getting 2 in return? That's why they're trading? Are they?
No, they're not getting mid. No,
Oh, they
they're
just don't want to go back. Because the Rage King doesn't have ultimate, so he doesn't want to fight.
Oh, that's true, because they used level 1 ultimate.
Discipline.
I actually think in that play maybe then you shouldn't have leveled up your ultimate. Should have just died, because you died twice anyway. It was pretty obvious going to die twice.
Yeah, but I think he felt like, in his defense, he felt like he was so near the tower.
But
Where
his
is
team
my
couldn't
subject?
help him.
Where is my subjects?
Yeah.
Where?
Fair enough. I mean, I do find a lot of Wraith Kings don't even want to use the level 1, even if they can survive the second. But we'll see. Ice Blast, bye-bye Ember Spirit, Flower Sponge, dead. Goodbye to Moon. But can they get a counter kill on FBZ? They do not have the stun. A bit slow on that Wraith Fire Blast. Oh, did it turn to Hellfire Blast again because of the Arcana? No. Oh, I'm sad.
You're always sad. I can't please you. No one can ever please you.
No, I need my own subjects.
Play carry, don't play support.
Yeah, that's my problem. I was born to play a slave. Boom is actually managed to recover quite nicely.
No. Correction, you chose to be a slave. You chose.
Okay, alright, thank you, sir. Thank you for that great lesson. Boom is actually recovering quite nicely with playing the lines and playing aggressively. And as DK and Beastmaster is playing these lines as well.
Top lane. Do they have Blink?
They do. But I don't know if this kill is easy because they don't know what's behind him. This is the Ice play, right? Everyone's out of the map. Ice is farming aggressively. You go, is he alone again? Is he just doing ice things?
The more you doubt him, the more he is alone.
Yes, exactly. He plays.
But now he's not alone. Look at the map.
Yeah, Ice invented mind games in this game, essentially.
Rocket flare.
They will find him. Hookshot is available. They get him. Okay, so it stuns as it hooks. Right, that's a good thing to know. No, as it hits.
Is there anything that's bad to know? Is there anything in Dota that you would say it's a bad thing to know? Why is it like a good thing to know?
I guess that's a good point. Thank you for the free undermining. Really gratuitous undermining there. Appreciate that, Winter. They, the guys in Fnatic are a bit slowed down here in the mid lane. They can't go for the DK. They've only lost to Tusk up top, which is not really that big a deal, honestly. I guess they're losing the TP.
But they don't have the triangle right now. So
they don't have the triangle.
The Morphling is going to have to farm.
And now we're going to get the wards everywhere.
Wait, is it still a triangle? Like I know before it used to be. We always call it a triangle. But
Yeah,
it's more like
I still call it a triangle. I mean,
it's more like a pocket or... Because it doesn't really look like a triangle anymore.
I guess.
No, it is. Production is saying it's a triangle. It's still a triangle.
Thank you, production. I think they just put a hat on the pocket, though. I don't think they actually...
I mean, whatever it is, they don't have the hat, the triangle, so Raiden has to move to the bottom area to farm.
Can you just mute the meepos for a second, please?
Can you? Oh, you can?
Yes, thank God. I cannot take that. That is the... Oh my God. If you can't whack them, there's no reason to hear the meepo. Meepo. So when you lose a triangle, can you put the aggressive wards again that we saw last time by Fnatic? And this is a free kill.
You mean on the lanes?
No, here. I mean,
Yeah, I mean you can, but you don't need to. You could.
You think you don't need to?
You just place it in. You can still, but if you're in full control of the game, I think it's better to go even deeper. You put it on the lane, so in front of where the creep spawns.
Oh, because you can actually jump.
Because you're already standing. The hill is yours. Right? You're already king of the hill, so you take even more.
Take a free Roshan with this. I mean, they have a really good lineup for Roshan
Here
as well.
comes the Beast Master.
Here comes the Beast Axis. He wants to
the
see
Morphling's gonna wave.
FPC, the waveform, can he steal this? Oh, a bit late, but he does not get the Aegis. Dreamosol has to get away.
Oh,
FPC
no.
outside wasn't really useful, and now Morphling stuck. Morphling's been killed. That Morph didn't really help him out.
Okay, that's GG.
And FPC was free, so is Hyde. I think you're right, actually.
That's a very big blow. That was a very, very big blow. I think he needed to wait a little bit more for the... Didn't he have a Hawk?
They just
Or
killed
they
him.
didn't have Hawk?
Can we check the Beastmaster cooldowns?
Maybe he didn't have Hawk. Then he
He
had,
must have not.
yeah, then he had to. They had to wait for. Cause I felt like the morphing went a little too early. Maybe he just it was a blind wave. So I
It
thought,
was definitely a blind
yeah,
wave.
I thought he had vision from the
okay.
Hawk. Is there a
There
Hawk?
was no
Oh, there's
Hawk.
no Hawk, no Ice Blast.
No, there was Ice Blast though. He had it available. He just didn't use it.
Wait, what?
Oh, because he was dead. He just.
Oh, was he dead? Oh yeah, he was dead.
He
Yeah,
just
never
came
mind.
back.
Yeah, he just alive. Yeah. So they just couldn't get vision. So it was just unfortunate. And he felt so pressured because the game was going really badly. So he needed to do something.
Yeah. Look at the odds now. It's completely for it's to the point that if you bet on Fnatic, you won't even make anything. Unfortunately, but you should still bet if you guys want to check out GG Bet. Remember to.
Is that a responsible bet if you bet for Fnatic?
I mean, right now, yes, it's pretty responsible.
That's what your parents would advise you. Go for the safe bet.
Go for the safest bet possible. And if you bet on Boom, you're just living life.
How am I supposed to make money, ma?
If you bet on Boom, you're living life on the edge, right? And that's what's happening. As long as you do it responsibly, it's okay. It's all good. Take whatever bets. Add some spice to your games. Oh, what a great play. This might be the GG. Yeah. Like this is coming up very soon from Boom.
If they lose the morph, they'll call GG. There is still some semblance of hope right now when they're defending the high ground. They're kind of hoping that Fnatic dives in, tries to overcome it, and they have
I mean, it
like,
could happen. It is
they could
Fnatic.
land like a big ice blast onto a couple of heroes and they could win the fight. I think it's definitely still possible, but everything is not in your hands anymore if you're Raiden.
No, you're kind of hoping for a mistake.
Yeah, you're just hoping for Dire to make a mistake at this point.
Which is not a great comfortable position to play.
Yeah.
I mean, luckily you're in the winner's bracket, so there's not the pressure of, oh, I'm going to get eliminated from this match.
You have a second chance.
No, a second chance.
Everyone deserves a second chance.
Yes, indeed.
But the teams in the losers bracket, they don't have a second chance. How is that fair?
Well, they still have a second chance by winning a brand new Mercedes-Benz for the MVP vote. So if you guys think that a team deserves a second chance, the best thing you can do is go to the MVP vote site and vote for the team that already got eliminated, but you just think deserves the best car in the world.
You think they won the car over the victory?
Yes, 100%.
Maybe they
it's a
do.
brand new Mercedes-Benz. Have you not heard me say this? It's also delivered by THL, full of game fuel.
The conviction is just not there, not enough. That's why I forgot.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, I should have been more honest about it. Hyde loses his life. Jimo Cell turns into Weaver. I mean, at this point, it's the best thing you can do just to evade this.
I turn into a support weaver.
I mean, it doesn't matter if it's a support or not. That's not the point, right? Morphling is not what... You're not copying his items. That'd be an interesting hero if you could just copy the items from an enemy.
That would be downright broken.
Like
How is that interesting?
I think it could balance
You're gonna be support morphing and you go copy the enemy carry.
That's what used to be the case. Back when Kyle was playing, actually, he used to love doing that on Complexity. 4 Morphling, you not see that? Loved it.
Wasn't that off lane? No?
Yeah, they also played as often. They played as every position. Right,
I mean,
King?
you know something's wrong with the hero can be played in any position.
Hello, Ember Spirit. 23 Savage is going to lose his first life. He still has Aegis, though, so it's perfect. He's not really too concerned about it. And look at that music as he comes back. Oh, even the Clockwork with the hookshot from behind sets up on the Ember and the Tusk, but there's no follow-up, unfortunately, because Fnatic is concerned with one thing. They want to break your buildings. These guys are Masons. Destroy your hard-built structures. They don't care about your lives. Your lives are not worth it.
I mean, how can they kill anyone if they can't get to the backline to touch the Dazzle and
Of
the
course,
Weaver?
because 23 Savage has the world to save him. Like, he has time-lapse, shallow grave, and you can't cut
He
the
doesn't
lanes.
even need saving at this point.
He still has the Aegis, of course. I mean, they're going to get
Aegis.
this second life here. No, never mind. I spoke too
No.
soon.
No!
You can't kill the king! Oh,
Take that back!
did he die, though? No, it's the Aegis, sir. He is fully immortal. He does not consider this death. It's only a premature state between life and living again. Okay? Kesq dies quickly thanks to that hook shot. The time-lapse saves DJ. Again, a suicidal play that gets rewarded by a beautiful time-lapse. It's not just for the king. The supports are becoming kings. It's Boom Esports who's being treated as slaves right now. They can't do much. Oh, they're even called losers right to their face. They're beautiful searing chains. Moon wants to go further. Snowball trying to give him space, but they're just looking for FBC, and it's going to be successful. A cog sends him to the graveyard. Tied, hand in hand, both corpses. Boom Esports, you cannot fight with dead people. You are not the White Walkers. You need to survive Fnatic's onslaught, but I don't think it's possible. The hookshot catching something that looks like a White Walker, but it's just another corpse. Morphling alone versus the world. Can he win this game? He
So if
cannot.
Brave King kills you, you become his subject.
Well, he collects your bones at the end of the game. In this game, you're playing one of the most valuable bones. You can sell in the black market for a lot of money.
Tell me more. So which part most valuable, the most sought after? The Dragon's Heart? Oh no,
Yes.
the Dragon's Scale.
No, the Dragon's Heart. You're totally right. Dragon's Scale is used for weapons, but Dragon's Heart can make antidotes, and some people say it's the elixir of life.
Because dragons live forever.
I'm not really sure. You know how many things we've thought as humans have been an elixir of life? Everything is the elixir of life to us. Oh, contaminated water pool must be the elixir of life. Nice little initiation towards the end. The last attempt by Boom Esports. Can they make this count? Can they preserve their dignity and stay in the winner's bracket? It seems a bit difficult. Their Beastmaster's already dead. Wraith King's coming back. The music's starting to play. And you know what that means? They're chasing you away. They're going to ruin your day. You have nothing to say. The GG is called. And that's the end of the fray. Goodbye, Mikoto. You are just a kill. You're just a soldier dying in a greater war, and this war has been won by Fnatic.
Yeah, that was a very, very good series by Fnatic. They actually played so well compared to, I think, the group stage. They played okay. I wouldn't say they
Is that
played.
the music that plays when you win as Wraith King? That's one.
I think so.
That's
But
great.
I don't think they even played bad, you know. But they just upped their level so much in the playoffs.
Wait, sorry, I gotta cut you off because you're analyzing it. It's not allowed yet because we gotta get into the segment, the Game Fuel post-match segment, the segment everyone's waiting for. So now you're legally, I give you the contract. Here you go, sir. Now you can actually properly analyze.
Thank you for reminding me of beautiful sponsors. Thank you.
Thank you, Game Fuel, for sponsoring this segment.
I mean, just like overall, I felt like they just played a lot better than the group stages. They have very unconventional support heroes from both games, but it was the execution that actually mattered the most. You know, they played
That's
really well.
wonderful.
They knew what they needed to do against the Dragon Knight. They were so good at punishing the Dragon Knight when he was trying to push the towers. Both games, they defended, they killed him. Maybe Boom didn't really help him out when he was trying to push the first time. But I think overall, just I look on the Fnatic side, they responded well. They dealt with the pressure. They dealt with the lanings as well. Like everything was very very well executed, well thought of. You know, it was a very good planned series by Fnatic. I think that even the small thing like you mentioned earlier, the clockwork getting cogs in the lane because they understood that the Radiant team is going to try lane this mob. They are going to try lane you.
That's so
You're a
smart.
Dazzle.
Yeah.
You are not going to have want to be behind. So, cogs. I'm just going to sacrifice my game as a support. I don't care if I don't have a game. All that cares is the Dazzle.
Yeah, and that worked out because then Ice was capable of rotating early. You talked about this, right? Why did Dazzle come to the mid lane and not FBZ? Because FBZ felt weaker. He felt like that wasn't the right play. He thought he needed to recover, but Ice didn't need to fuel.
And the other thing about that as well, the moment they blocked the creeps near the tower, Tusk felt useless, so he TP top.
And then he died.
Fnatic understood, oh, this guy just TP top, he has no TP, let's go on him. So the Wraith King went on him with the Weaver, stunned, and they killed him right away after he TP'd. So when that happens, you're the Beastmaster, you're in the island, no one's there to help you.
Is there a point to be said about the confidence in your original plan? Because once these happen by the cogs, of course, that stopped your trialing from being too effective. But Tusk knew that in the top lane he couldn't do much. You know, he knew that at least in the beginning levels, maybe he shouldn't have doubted himself. Maybe he should have just stayed bottom trying to create some.
But I felt like he made the right play because if he stayed bottom, he would have wasted. He needed to wait for the wave to come back.
He shouldn't just played aggressive. That's what you're saying in the top. Or
yeah, he
like
just needed to
aggressive.
be more careful when he goes top right away when he doesn't have TP. He just doesn't respect the fact that Weaver has a lot of damage at level 1.
Fair enough. Well, with that, I think we got a great game for your post-match segment. But we have another match coming up. It's between Adroit and GeekFam. And before that match, we're going to take a quick break. My name is Mr. Aval Plus here with Winter. And we'll come back shortly with the next best of 3 of the day.
We rise up from the dust and claim our throne.
Multiple witnesses have reported mysterious shadow sightings all around the city. According to experts, the origin of these shadows is still unclear.
was running road so many nations. Even when it's so sweet, I end up seeing red. Is it such a ghostly revelation? I may have fucked up all my chances.
And we ain't sleeping on the floor again. We never sleeping on the floor again. For the ones who didn't make it out, for the ones that didn't see the life, for the ones that never cared, never gave a thought, found no happiness in that brand new car or the house you bought. I see you talking about the love you lost, and it was gone like way before you ever thought it was. Yeah, I took my time, no quick ones, quick run, quick guys to get back there. Hot roads, I didn't think I'd come back fierce, cause
I was running road so many nations. Even when it's so sweet, I end up seeing red. Is it such a ghostly revelation? I may have fucked up all my chances. Fucked up all my
and we are never feeling cold again. And we are never feeling cold again. But I can't act like it's easy. It's hard to preach. Cause I've been burning trees and watch them fall. If we cannot breathe out, we go forward. Sure, I was searching for cure. Fishing a little wildlife. And when I'm low on fuel, I'll still be running till my back broke. Halfway, lost hope and I'll check it. Hard roads, I didn't think I'd come back fast. Cause
I was running road so many nations. Even when it's so sweet, I end up seeing red. Is it such a ghostly revelation? I may have fucked up all my chances. Fucked up all my chances.
been around the globe, looked around, nothing fitted. Seen high and lows, but you won't even get it. Been around the globe, think it's time to admit it's not the end, but the road, and you won't even get it. Been around the globe, looked around, nothing fitted. Seen high and lows, but you won't even get it. Been around the globe, think it's time to admit it's not the end, but the road.
I was running road so many nations. Even when it's so sweet, I end up seeing red. Is it such a ghostly revelation? I may have fucked up all my chances. Fucked up all my chances.
I was running, I know, I know.
When you feel it's hopeless, when you think that you lost, oh, I will take your hand, we'll rise up from the dust. Oh, here we go.
ESL 1 is brought to you in part by Intel, Mercedes-Benz, GGBet, Mountain Dew Game Fuel, and DHL.
Hello and welcome back, guys. We're here in game number 2 of the series. Sorry, in the series 2 of the day. Wrong series. It's GeekFam versus Team Adroit. It's still ESL 1, powered by Intel. We're here in the SEA League, and your caster is still the same as always. Ava Plus, joined by Winter Dota. So, second series of the day. We saw Maybe not the best series by Boom, but Fnatic played a fantastic Dota. And now we get to watch these lower brackets. So these guys are actually playing for a lot. If they lose, they're out. Like, straight up. No second chances.
I mean, the thing about like the last series is like Boom made a couple of like small mistakes, but it became so severe because when it's like a high level game,
Yeah.
like all the small mistakes actually just lose you the game. Like overall, I haven't really played that bad. It was just like a couple of really bad decisions. Both games, I felt like they're very good drafts. So for this series, I think we might see a very similar thing where both teams are going to have their own comfort drafts. They're gonna get what they want. It's going to be about execution. How well they execute their plan. Like Adroit, maybe they're gonna come up with some Shadowfiend 10 or 12 pick early again as usual. They're gonna draft around it, play around it. They're really good at that. They've lost some games doing that as well. Like live by the knife, die by the knife. Live by the sword, die by the sword. So they're still sticking to their guns.
Yep.
But for GeekFam, they have some kind of like maybe Ember support on Zephyr. I don't know, like Dragonite support. I mean, what else can a guy play on Paswar?
I mean, you told me about Zephyr, but actually, we should probably see who is in these teams right now. If you don't actually know these teams, you might be a bit confused about who Winter is talking about. So thanks to production, we have the full rosters here on screen. GeekFam and Adroit here, we see the Zephyr you're talking about, the two Indonesian supports here playing for GeekFam.
Yep.
With both, well, GeekFam is actually mixed, whereas Team Adroit is fully a Filipino team.
We talk a lot about the support duo. I think right now, the previous game was kind of like a Fnatic support duo outplaying the Boom support duo. But this series, I think, is a bit more. I think more even. I think both support duo from both teams are quite similar. Maybe I would favor Adroit a little bit more because I feel like
CML and Boom are godlike.
yeah, they've been playing together longer. Whereas Zephyr and Whitemon, they came together recently because Whitemon was the latest addition to GeekFam.
They played in some of the pub
But they-
specs before.
But they have played together in the past.
But not as support and support, because Zephyr used to be mid, so it's actually Whitemon supporting Zephyr. And then which is interesting, right? Because now they changed.
He's still the slave.
Exactly. I was like, I'm still one position above you, Whitemon. You're still my slave, technically. But yeah.
Hey, wards are free.
Wards are free.
Don't abuse me now. Like, we are both supports.
How things have changed. But yeah, I agree. I think the support duo was it's actually very important as well in this meta, right? We talk about the lanes in the early game, and the games are kind of decided relatively early nowadays, we see. So supports have a huge importance in playing that role. Before, in certain metas where it was much more late game, you see supports more as enablers. They have to allow you to farm. But now we're seeing the supports kind of deciding essentially who gets to really play, because they can actually zone out the enemy team completely. Certain supports particularly are just...
Well, I think this has to do with how we have arrived at this junction. Like everyone's getting better and better at Dota to a point where the supports have to do a lot to decide the game. Your rotations, your itemization. I mean, maybe not so much of itemizations because you it's kind of hard to get a lot of money on supports sometimes. So it's more about what you do in the early game and what you do, where you make your rotations, how you play the lane, because the laning is just so damn important. We talk about the lane every time because the laning just decides so much of the early game, the mid game, and eventually there won't be even a late game for you because you already lost the game if you lost your lanes.
I agree. So it's interesting to see how these support duos can do against each other. But of course, Dota is not just about supports; it's a whole team game. And I kind of we did before these games actually gave some predictions to production to see how this game would turn out, just based on the rosters themselves. And now they're going to be shown on screen, and we actually completely agree.
Wow, we are finally on the same page
We're
for
finally
once.
on the same page, which is very bad for you, Winter. Let me tell you, you're not going down the right path if you're agreeing with me. So reconsider your prediction.
But it doesn't matter who am I agreeing with.
No, it doesn't.
The
Certainly.
content matters, not who is giving the opinion.
Yeah, but I'm like the weak favor, I'm the guy that's like, yeah, I agree with your points, but please don't stand away from me. Social distancing, you 2K plan.
So you're telling me you have COVID-19, I have to stay away from you? I have to
Sure.
keep my distance?
Yes, yeah.
I shouldn't be in the same room with you?
I'm not saying that because that's actually super dangerous. Do not do that. Keep your social distancing. Do happen to be infected, stay home, take care of yourself, be a responsible adult. Or go to the hospital if you're in a bad condition. Don't make these jokes, Winter. This is a PSA. Now I have to do this so people don't do stupid stuff.
Hey, I wonder who started it.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. So, we've talked about the predictions. We think Adroit's going to win 2-0. Why? Actually, today it's about substance. Why do you think Adroit's going to win 2-0? And don't tell me it's because you want people to go home early.
No, of course not. Why do you think
Because you said that last game about the predictions. So specifically, don't use that reasoning again.
I felt like overall, looking at the team, the cores, and how they play. The support duos I feel like matter a lot. But looking at the other thing, which is the draft, I think everything else is even, but the draft, I feel like GeekFam sometimes have drafts that are a lot harder to execute. It relies on them to play much better. It relies on them to win the lanes more. Whereas Adroit, they have more like a well-balanced draft. They're taking a lot of boxes. They have catch, they have a win condition, they have push, they have tower damage, they have wave clear, they have team fight, you know. Usually I see all the boxes, a lot of the boxes are ticked in an Adroit draft. But GeekFam is more towards, they have this to do in the game. They're going to try to counter you, you know. They're very focused on getting the matchup, the matchup, getting the better matchup in the lane and trying to pick all these heroes that could be a support to you know to
Show off Zephyr.
yeah to mislead you and think, oh, you pick Dragonite, you're gonna put the Dragonite here. No, we're just gonna put it on Zephyr.
I mean, it's fun to watch GeekFam for sure, but I do agree with you that the consistency is much there for Adroit. Also, they've already played in the group stages, and yeah, Adroit lost, if I'm not mistaken, actually 2-0 to GeekFam. But it was... I think Adroit is one of the teams I've seen this tournament that can learn most from their mistakes. I've seen them be quite confident in saying, right, this is what we did wrong, this is what we have to fix, and it's fixed immediately in the second game.
I'm remembering that for now.
What, the comment?
Yeah, so if GeekFam wins this series 2-0, then you have to eat your words.
No, I'll eat my words.
To eat my words
You'll
too.
have to finish the broadcast straight up. No, I saw this a lot with Adroit with Fnatic. I think that's that's when I really
Oh yeah,
noticed
that
it.
series. Yeah.
Adroit Fnatic was like Adroit realized, this is what we're doing wrong, this is what we should play better, and they fixed it.
And they realized it wasn't. There was nothing to do with the draft because they used the same. First game they lost, then second game they used the
They
same.
used the same draft,
They used the same draft.
which is very impressive. So again, it's not a dig to GeekFam. We don't think that they're a bad team. It's more about Adroit just showing a really good.
It's just about Adroit as a team, how they function. Whereas for GeekFam, they are more of like a team that likes to, like, from what I see, that the way they're drafting, they care a lot about countering maybe certain matchups, and they don't really look to like take the boxes because that kind of Dota maybe is not for them. They are more about like we just trying to outplay you because Carl is very high risk player. You know, he plays Dota like he's the only hero that can 1v5 in the whole game. That's how he plays. You know, so yeah, for that to work, you need the right composition. For the draft with having a win condition, a secure win condition. They always have a win condition. It's just the other. I don't really like sometimes the parts that they pick around the win condition, the slaves that they're using in that game. You know, sometimes I feel it could be greedy or it's weird because sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You know, sometimes the Dragonite support works, sometimes maybe it doesn't. So they are more inconsistent overall. I feel. But they do have. I do like the composition when I talk about it because. You have a risky mid player, and then you have GeekFam, you have a very stable and safe core player, a carry player. Because there was this one game that we saw that someone was in trouble, and immediately he said, "Bye."
Yes,
he's not even trying to say. That's what you want to see, you know, when you look at your carry player.
And
That's
Carl, on the other hand, is like, I'm running in, I'm coming to save you. Do not worry. So I agree. I think they had a lot of synergy as a team, though. GeekFam,
Yeah.
they've really showed that.
It's overall like I feel like the strategy that they are using, sometimes it's maybe not the most conventional because they definitely think it could work because they are the ones coming up with the strategy.
Yep.
But from an outside point of view, it's not conventional. It's not so easy to execute because it requires a higher level of skill. You're gonna have to make less mistakes or make none at all for those kind of lineups to work. But they can, they've shown they can. But it's just overall, I feel like at a high level game, like how many times can you play so clean, right? There's gonna be a point where you're gonna
lose.
make a mistake and you're gonna lose the game. So it's maybe not this game, but maybe it's the next game. It could be the game after. You never know. So it creates more inconsistency in your play.
And this is also a bit of a snowball effect because if you lose that game, the second game you're not feeling as strong, as fresh, whatever.
Yes.
And then you try to draft the same thing
Or
again.
you might figure out, oh, this is the problem, but it is not because your
Right,
game is
it's
so
hard.
chaotic.
Yeah.
The game is chaotic, right? So it's difficult to pinpoint what exactly went wrong.
That's a very good point from a coach's perspective.
Yeah. Because like for me, when you're playing Dota, when you're making a team, it's more about like the long run. You know, maybe something that you're doing right now, short term is bad,
Yes.
but long run is better for your team.
I think what's all about the chaos in GeekFam and Adroit, you can actually see it in this picture. It's Adroit, everyone's part of the same guild, beautiful Adroit, and GeekFam, they just pick whatever guild they wanted to,
That's the story of the game, right?
that's the story of the game essentially. But they actually have a lot of synergy within GeekFam, as we mentioned. They actually play as a unit, so it's not an actual chaotic defeat.
So they are the team that has the first pick right now. They are on the Dire side.
What can you expect?
So AA, Timber, Bat
Okay.
Rider.
Yeah, that's actually something they love playing because they can play it as
And
a
there's
four.
no AA in the game, so it's even more value to picking this hero early.
And the answer immediately, Grimstroke. We see Grimstroke M. Void
Void
Spirit.
Spirit. Yeah, that's nice. A very nice response.
Right, because one brother is banned, so you get the other brother instead.
Well, that's not the point, but
Oh no,
they have
sorry.
a flex pick.
Because of the a similar position, not because of the actual brothers, because of the similar role that they play both. In the team. You understood my point. Wait,
Oh no! The Pugna! The Shamble! The Terror!
actually, Void Spirit's pretty solid against Pugna though, isn't it? To catch him and stop him.
But Pugna with Dragonite. I don't know. I just like Pugna.
Pugna's very solid.
Pugna is a very solid hero.
Play 5 Pugna, win your pubs.
Yeah, it is true. It is true.
He's turned into Pubna.
Max your ward, win game.
Max your ward. Just give
1 point Nether Blast.
give your carry just a bunch of life. That's all you have to do.
And occasionally cast decrep on the Nether ward. Occasionally if you need to.
You don't even need like many fingers to play the Pugna. Anyway, I like the pickup as you mentioned, but they do have some ways to deal with them. They can cut the lanes.
Yeah, but they didn't ban the clockwork. They choose to ban DP, which is great against the DK, but now the Pugna is a bit
No,
more...
Clockwork is the first ban though.
Oh,
That's
it's
why they
already
didn't ban
banned.
it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, pay attention to the
Yeah, now
draft,
it's my
Winter.
turn.
Now
Now
it
it's my
bites you,
turn.
huh?
No, you...
There's a whole storyline to follow here.
too much storyline. So confusing. Story A ends up with a story B, and then story B has the ending C and D. There's too many stories here. Your lore stories, my
story.
my fish stories. Then there's this majesty story, the king, the queen.
Yeah, but it's like when you really like Rick and Morty, you know, if you really enjoy this broadcast, you'll be like, oh yes, best thing I've ever watched in my life.
So the replacement for Clockwork would be Earth Spirit.
Yes.
Nyx is not bad, but it's not so good against
Earth
the
Spirit
DK.
is much better.
Yeah, Earth Spirit is much better.
What else
But-
could you run that cuts the...
You need a hero that can go in to kill the Pugna, like
Like
initiate.
tiny, but I don't feel that strong.
Tennis the same category of hero, but not as good as Earth Spirit.
Yeah, against Pugna particularly. Oh, right. Forgot that he wasn't banned. Earthshaker is better than the Tiny. You don't like the Earthshaker against Pugna?
I mean, it's a good hero, but I think against Pugna sometimes it can be annoying because when you're casting fissures, then you get hit by the ward, then you cannot blink. That's the annoying part about... yeah, sure, if you jump in first with the echo, you already jump in, then it's fine, doesn't affect you. But it does mean that you have to be more careful when you're using the fissure in the team fights, because it will stop you from blinking into echo.
Pugna 4 and Bane 5, it seems.
Oh no,
Like-
Morphling Earthshaker.
Well, we talked about the consistent the other draft, man. They're not losing this first game. They want to make our bets a reality.
So we have Dragon, Wolf, Shamble of Bones, and what is Bane?
Nightmare thing.
Alien?
No, he's from your nightmares. It's Atropos. He eats your dreams, and he's like a whole. He's the Freddy Krueger of Dota.
So that's actually the law, or you made it up?
No, it's kind of like, I mean, I don't know the lore exactly, but he is like a creature of your dreams as opposed to like manipulate you in your nightmares. His spells are literally called Brain Sap, Nightmare.
So they have the right kind of draft together. All those rejects together.
Oh, lore
I mean,
wise.
I don't know about the Dragon Knight, but Pugna, Bane, and like
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have a genocidal maniac, someone that eats your dreams, like a furry, and then Dragon Knight. Oh no,
So what do they need last? Another zoo hero, Beastmaster.
just for lore. Actually, Beast is pretty solid though. No?
You think I'm joking?
Yeah, no, Beast is pretty solid. Because he's pretty solid against Morph, gives you the push that you were looking for.
Just go with the Lycan. If they don't get Beastmaster, maybe they can get
Mars is available.
Mars is okay. Elsie is okay. Centaur fits more of the zoo lineup, right?
I don't love the LC because the LC has 0 synergy with Pugna and Bane.
Oh yeah,
That feels kind of bad. Mars has more synergy with both of them.
yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I don't know. I agree with the Beastmaster. I think it's a very solid pickup. Interesting. Adroit maybe thinks the DK is offlane. That's why they banned the
Yeah,
swap.
they don't. They are thinking of keeping the option that Morphling can go mid.
Sure. Because if Morphling goes against DK, that's a pretty solid matchup for Morph.
Oh, that's a juicy matchup. Please
you
give me
can't
that
do
lane.
anything.
Morphling said, "Give me that lane."
So does that mean that GeekFam should force the DK in the off and then put mid laner that can beat Morph?
Ideally pick a flex hero that can change the lane so they don't get abused.
What do you have? Pango? No, but that's bad against Morph anyway. Because DP is banned.
Yeah, but
What about
Beastmaster just fits the. He just fits the line. I mean,
I know, but he's not a flex. Well, I mean,
you
I
could
guess.
make him a flex. You could.
You could play mid. I mean, it has been done.
Yeah, you could.
Amber Seb used to play mid. One of the best Beastmaster out there, together with Fata back in the old days.
Yeah.
The play.
Or you could also consider running the Pugna as a mid hero.
Oh yeah, I guess. And Pugna, against
Yeah, you
Morphling.
do
is-
Pogna mid. Pogna's great against Morph. Then you pick another, like pick Rubik. Is it Rubik a hero? Venom. So who's
Oh,
the
so that's kind of a flex as well, though. To with
yeah,
the
you can
Pugna.
change your lanes, and Venom is great against Morphling in the lane. So
Yes.
that's great. That's the pick, kind of pick you want.
That's really solid pick, actually. This is the kind of things that GeekFam does take advantage of, right? The surprise picks, the flexibility, the out-of-the-box
Yeah.
thoughts.
So who is the hero that Adroit is looking for? Void Spirit could be off, could be mid.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
But yeah, I kind of feel like they should pick like a Underlord because they need someone to deal with the Lycan.
Underlord's pretty solid.
Because there's no Tide, they already banned Tide. Tide and Underlord are usually the go-to heroes against Lycan. The other one is Bristleback, but I think Bristol is not so good here.
No, not against.
Yeah, I
Pugna.
prefer the Underlord because you need someone that can be the front line, defend your towers, and buy time for the Morphling Earthshaker to come online. Because
Pit of
once,
Malice can top.
once that comes online, you know the game is yours. But
Wait, yeah.
but someone needs to buy the time for you.
The way to be Lycan is with Zone Out in general. So Underlord carries that with the Firestorm Pit of Malice, which is good.
Yeah,
That's what
and
Monkey can
the
do.
Uber get away when the wolf
You can also
is
pick,
angry.
you can also pick the Monkey actually as a solution. Both the hero against Lycan can really go in lane, beats the DK as well, so it's pretty solid laning
I mean,
stage.
the issue is like if you put the monkey mid, the Pogna is gonna have a good time against you. I feel like
The options.
and you hate Veno as well.
But you just run the DK, or sorry, the Monkey wherever DK goes, or wherever.
That could
Lycan
be
goes.
possible. Yeah, because monkey is very good against Lycan. It's just the how you get past your lane.
Your laning
stage
stage.
is the tricky part.
Yeah, I agree. We'll see what Adroit is thinking. This music is very epic, by the way. It's making me.
I don't hear the
I-
music. Oh, I hear the music. Never mind.
What? That was such a blatant lie. It's we'll see
Triggered.
what Adroit thinks about.
Triggered. Sorry, I triggered you. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's great. It's fine. Mars.
Choose your hero.
Okay.
So they are choosing to go for a much because Underlord is like a weaker lane, so they are going for like they want to go for a stronger lane
Not
and
against
more
Lycan though.
more team fight.
You think Underlord's a weaker lane against Lycan? I think he just beats a Lycan. Easy.
Yeah, you can beat the Lycan easy. Yeah, that's true also. But Underlord is generally a weaker laner.
Yes, I agree with that point.
Just not in this scenario.
Yeah. That's what I'm seeing. It's like Mars has, I guess, more kill potential early than an Underlord, for example.
Yeah, it's a much more active hero.
Yeah.
But the thing is like, when you're looking to buy time for Morphling, it's not just about attacking and going for kills, you know. I feel like defending towers is also a part of the game where you can buy a lot of time for the Morphling and Earthshaker to get to the point where they want to get. Because the Mars pick is telling me that,
10 seconds
yeah, he's also kind of like a tower defender because you have team fight with the arena, so you're using your arena to hold your towers. But I think overall just maybe a little bit not so good against the Lycan because I feel like he doesn't really bother the Lycan as much as Underlord in the team fight.
And we see what people think of this match for Team Adroit and GeekFam. And when you guys can go check out these odds down at a GG Bet. Remember that if you're going to bet, you have to bet responsibly. Don't throw your house through the window.
Thank you for reminding us every day, every series, every game to be responsible.
As responsible as possible. And if you want to be responsible with your vote as well, you can vote for your MVP of this tournament to give him a brand new Mercedes-Benz. And if that's not enough to convince you to do that, here's a wonderful trailer that will showcase the wonders of Mercedes-Benz and the MVP vote. And we're back. GeekFam versus Adroit. The last best of 3 of today. And a best of 3 with a lot of things going for it. Because whoever loses this game will be eliminated from this tournament.
Time to fight for your lives. The game of your lives. Play the game of your lives.
Not quite your lives, but yes, it's for the next couple of weeks. You know, are you going to be doing something and getting the part of the prize pool? Or not?
Come on, it's not about the prize pool. Nobody likes losing.
It's true. It's about the
Nobody-
dignity. It's about
nobody likes
staying in the
losing.
tournament. It's about the honor of competing in a tournament made by ESL, sponsored by such great brands as G Fuel, Mercedes, GGBet,
Yeah, haven't you
and
heard?
Intel.
Haven't you heard? Why do you want to play Dota? And why do you want to win Dota? Everyone will tell you, I just hate losing. The urge for winning the game. The motivation is all about hating to be on the losing side. That's where you get your motivations from. the strength, the desire to win and not to lose.
My motivation comes from the victory in a can from Game Fuel. I just drink a bunch of that, and then it motivates me to win every single match.
30
Sure.
seconds to battle.
That's people find their motivations different ways. Who are you to judge me, right?
Yeah, everyone has their own thing
Yeah.
to get their motivation.
Exactly. And Game Fuel is a great way to do so.
Fissure.
Jeffer dead here? They might have enough damage.
No!
No, Nether Blast.
Jeffer!
Jeffer is actually getting away. The Spirit Mark's avoided. He fairy fires and fights back. Jeffer's not afraid of your onslaught. Jeffer is going to outrun you. The Earthshaker's chasing after him, hoping to make this into a kill. The Fissure will hit. The juke is not good enough. But they
That's
already
bad.
got the first blood.
That's really bad because now he doesn't have Fissure for the wave. He can't block the creep wave.
Oh, and they also lost
Oh,
first blood.
that
They
is
gave it to Lycan.
that is very, very big deal. Like not having the Fissure for the wave is a very, very big deal for the lane.
Oh, Boomy, the greed. The greed took over you.
I don't blame him. Kenny was so annoying just now.
I fought back and fairy fired as the Spirit of Mars was coming out to stop the Spirit of Mars from killing him. And he got the kill thanks to that.
It was a little bit tilting.
Yeah, it was.
I'm not gonna lie.
So we talking about this matchup. Is it completely free for the Morphling? Or can you... Do you win the early levels of DK? Probably, yeah? No?
Maybe just the first. I think once you get level 3 on Morphling, you just win the lane.
Yeah, I think so too.
The lane is over.
But you can't kill the DK, you just out farm them, right?
You can kill if you have friends. If you bring friends.
Oh, right, sorry. I thought-
TP. Don't
Okay.
forget to use your friends in Dota.
Or in general. Use your friends, guys. That's what friends are for.
Everyone is telling me, if you play Dota with friends, you lose your friends.
That's true. I've lost a lot of friends playing Dota.
So the Shaker is going to pull the second wave, not the second, the third wave here. So just trying to force the... I mean, I feel like Lycan doesn't really care. You like the taunt.
I love that taunt. That is wonderful. Yeah, Lycan can last it on their tower fine. He has regen, so he doesn't care about tanking this. But they need to give some farm to bulk. That's the point of playing a Mars. Okay, they get it in the bottom lane though, free kill. They're gonna be playing a
And it's not free. Look at all, they lost so much HP for
That's
that
true.
kill.
But the
And they,
Venom
oh, they also swapped the lanes. Mac is playing the safe lane.
Yes.
Oh, I actually just noticed.
What, Morphling was mid. What do you think Mac?
No, I mean, I thought it was the other way around. Mac was playing the Morphling mid.
Oh, right.
I didn't expect
Oh,
him to
right.
change the lanes. I mean, the player playing the lanes.
I guess if, with heroes like Void Spirit and Morphling, you probably want people out in those heroes.
Yeah, but I always go back to the discussion where a lot of players,
They can't play the other lanes.
they're not very comfortable going mid because mid, we always talk about mid being the hardest role in the game. You know, it's very difficult. You need to be specialized in a role to play it decently. You know, not even at the top level, but decent. If you are willing to change the lanes for the sake of a better matchup and not change the players playing the heroes, you need to at least play it at a reasonable level for it to be worth it.
What was that matchup that we watched? That was Moon. That was schooling carry. I forgot what it was.
Can't remember. Yeah,
But you know what I'm talking. Yeah.
yeah. If you don't have a player that is comfortable with the role, it doesn't matter if he plays the matchup well. You know, he's just still gonna lose the lane.
I think Mac is going to die here. Veno now finally has level 3, and that means the damage is starting to pile up. Venomous Gale level 2, super impactful. And he's going for the build that you love, the 2-2-2 build. That is a lane domination.
Don't jinx. Then he goes wards the next level.
No, he's gonna go for 2. You don't go 2 points of Venomous Gale to go
You
wards.
never know.
You do
Please
not.
don't jinx it.
It's 2-2-2. I would bet on it.
You can always battle it on GGBet.
You can indeed, but responsibly. Don't bet on stupid things like player builds, because you will never win like that.
So right now, state of the laning phase, Lycan is still doing...
Oh, that's a pretty good Fissure. Can they? They don't have
there's
that.
no way they kill him. Lycan is not getting more CS than the Mars, but overall he's still happy with the amount he's getting. I don't feel like he's getting pressured too much.
Yeah, he's going for Necro 1 as well, so I was going to just boost his farm
Yeah,
as well.
Dragon Knight is actually leading. Wow, he actually has 5 more denies.
This is because of the mid effect you were talking about.
Yeah, he's not a mid player, so he's getting bullied in the lane.
And Carl is a fantastic laner. We've talked about how much he loves this. And he's like, oh, I can bully a carry? Let me show him.
Yeah, he's actually
He's rubbing
he's precisely that kind of guy. Wow, they're putting their mid player mid.
I'm going to
Bring
show
it
him why
on.
mid is hard.
I'm gonna teach him why you should not come mid. Stay in your lane.
That does sound like something Carl would do. Like he's even dominating the runes by himself. He guesses correctly. In the bottom lane, they might get a kill here against Shepard. No, CML, surprised by the Veno, who did go for the 2-2-2.
Why are you so proud of that?
I'm so happy. Because you said I would jinx him, but it's a lie. Because Cuckoo knows.
Yep, Cuckoo knows.
I do find this is the best build on Venom right now. Also, I'm a Venom player, you know that.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a disgusting person.
I'm not going to, you know, put more salt in your wounds if you already admit you're a disgusting player.
Dyer's bottom tower is under
Can't
attack.
beat the guy who's beating himself. Right?
Oh, yeah, that's-
the point. That's the strategy here. Lycan is recovering nicely though now. His laning was going a bit, yeah, but now I mean he's matching the morph eventually, so it's not bad. He's beating Mac as well, so he's kind of happy with his lane. I don't think.
Yeah, and Lycan is the faster paced hero, you know, so
Yeah, by a lot.
he's gonna be active and
Another attempt. That Venomous Gale makes it impossible. Grimstroke is having such a tough lane here. I don't think Simo's playing badly, but part of the way that you leave is the Inkswell, right? Getting close to the enemy, and you can't do that with Venomous Gale. Is stopping you every time.
you do it when Void Spirit has level 6. I mean that's the only
Yes.
way I think they can use it well. Like the laning is gonna be very hard because
Look
you're
at
up
his
against
level.
you're up against a Venom.
Yep.
But I think overall the Radiant lineup is gonna come online when they have more levels, whereas the Dire lineup they are very very strong in the early laning phase because the Venom, Pugna, Bane, they're all extremely strong heroes in the lane. So the Radiant has to just chill, wait for this timing to be over and get their levels. Once they get their levels done, it's time to shine. I think the Mars is probably the Mars and the Void Spirit is the two of the most important ultimates they're gonna have to wait until they can be active, try to do something on the map. Lycan should be almost level 6.
Bottom tower is under
5.5, yeah, almost level 6. Level 1 Necrobook.
Okay, that's good.
Ideally, you want to gank like maybe the Morphing's lane if possible to get his tower.
Yeah, I mean
But-
you can get bottom as well.
Yeah,
to be
bot will actually be the most
Easiest.
natural rotation. Because the Venom is actually wrecking his lane. But the mid lane is also, because it's a Dragonite lane, right? If you go to his lane, you get a kill, you get a tower.
honest. That's true.
Oh, another miss spear.
Oh, what a vision.
But there's no spear.
Yeah, that's true. So they have to try to. Oh, well played. Well played, Whiteman. Because there's no
Well-
spear. He knew this.
Of course he knew it.
'Cause he's Whiteman. He's too good. Actually, I'm very impressed by this player. To be honest, I think he's always a very solid 5.
Bias caster.
Yes. God forbid. God forbid. Sorry.
Two.
Say something good about a player.
Two.
I should never compliment players ever.
But then when you don't compliment them, you get.
You're also biased.
Yeah.
So it's a never win.
I mean, that's what you get when you step into the realm of casting. There will always be displease among certain parties.
I feel like this is becoming more about you, mate. That you're personalizing this whole comment a bit, but it's okay. It's all right. It's no big deal. You do you, Winter. I support you. Carl,
No, you didn't support me. You threw me under the bus the last game. You threw me under the bus. I thought we were teammates.
we are, and that's what teammates
But
do in
only
Dota.
this game we are on the same page when we both predicted the same outcome.
No. Teammates do this in Dota all the time. One of us is playing the support, and one of us plays the carry. I will throw you under the bus.
Right, here comes the level 6 on the Void Spirit. Time to use your Inkswell.
That was a bit of a misplay by Cuckoo, though. Wasn't he a bit too advanced there?
His middle tower is
Yeah.
under attack.
He wasn't really calculating the levels too much, and Mac just got the kill.
He didn't see the Void Spirit get his level 6.
Yeah, that was a bit of a mistake.
It's too greedy. Like Venom.
That's what Cuckoo does, though, often. Cuckoo he wins the lane, he's like, okay, I can win this lane forever.
Yeah, he's not contented, and because the support is not there, it's a bit like Dazzle, right? You need support. You need a body in the lane with you all the time.
Or 16 Plague Wards. Like one of the two things. They try to go for the morph, but this is a bit
Where's
impossible.
the Lycan? The Lycan should be TPing somewhere to move. He has the ultimate. Where is he
Yeah,
going?
he's TPing mid.
Where is it?
Oh no, he's TPing bottom.
You lied. You lied.
Talking about throwing under the bus. The shapeshift is still available on Raven. They can't cancel his TP. Here's the difficulty of going Necros first. You don't have a stun to cancel his TP, so if you don't have the damage, you don't start with shapeshift or help.
Radiant structures
They can just run
are
away.
fortified.
Yeah, but I feel like sure you don't have the helm to get the ensnare or the centaur, but the Necrobook does help you push faster.
And
Like,
farm faster.
yeah.
I'm not criticizing the build. I'm just pointing out the differences between Helm first, Necro first.
Yeah.
Because in CIS, actually, you always see Helm first.
Which-
and in SCA, you
Which
see
one?
Necro
I think the helm is better in the lane if you want to dominate and do better in the lane.
Yes.
But Necrobook is just better later.
Helm, yeah, I agree. Helm is better in the lane. If you can get with Necro, though, it's a bit better.
Because the items you're buying for the helm helps you in the lane. The regen.
I would argue that Helm also helps you get more kills early if possible. Like, if you can rotate with Helm,
Yeah, I can see that. But it slows
Oh,
your. Oh, that's a nice deny. But it slows your I feel like it slows down your timing a little bit.
I agree,
Because it's
yes.
not cheap item. And Bane,
White
you
mod?
think you can run. But
No,
he's-
you can't run. You also can't hide. In fact, you can't do anything but die.
there's an arena spended. So right
That's
now,
not bad for a 5.
Lycan has free reign right now. He has wolf form. He's thinking about whether he should defend the top tower or he wants to go for the other towers. Outposts even. They have 2 outposts right now on Dire. Raiden has to try to get one right away. No one's defending this outpost, so it should be a 1-for-1 exchange.
Yes. Okay. They don't seem to want to right now. They're
Yeah,
just
because the
playing
Bane
bot.
died. If the Bane didn't die, he would have a chance of defending this outpost.
Right, because Bane can kind of sacrifice himself to see if he can
Yeah.
get the outpost, and it's
You're
fine.
just willing to die
For your team.
for the outpost. It's too worth it. It's too important, the outpost.
Especially
I mean,
the first time.
That's the thing about like the game right now. I feel like impacts how the game is going to be played. Because this outpost which is so important. That's why you need to do well in your lanes in order for you to have control on the outpost.
And the fact that they have very specific timings as well. Like you can't play a draft that doesn't go according to those timings. Because
Yeah.
you have to get him at 10
It
minutes.
has a very huge impact on how the game is being played because of that.
Do you reckon they should change the experience thing to make it
I'm
so
not
it's
sure though. I think it's a
TP points?
nice idea, but it's just there's too much. They've already nerfed it so many times, but it's still too important in the game, you know.
I agree. I would like it if they were just TP points for map control, to be honest. I think that would be an interesting idea.
Without giving any perk.
Without giving any experience. Yeah.
Or if you control both outposts, it gives you access to neutral items. You can buy them, maybe. But if you
Oh,
don't-
something like that, like a special boost to that. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure, I could see
if
that.
you don't have the outpost, then you cannot buy it. But you need to buy it. It doesn't come free.
Okay, I'm starting to think that you might be Ice Frog. Great of an idea for you, Winter.
What?
Yeah, starting to. Okay, well, my doubt's set.
Just because you like it, then you have to.
'Cause
you
your
have to
idea was
think it
crea-
doesn't
like,
co-
is
you
the
have to
ice
think it
frog
doesn't
way.
come from me. It has to come from somewhere else.
Well, no, because I just called you Ice Frog. That's the ultimate compliment. He's the person I revere above everything. My parents always got mad at that. Why don't you love me? Why do you love Ice Frog more? Did you make Dota, Dad? No. Shut up.
So Radiant has pushed the top wave out, so they're going to TP back and smoke and take back their area. Are they going to go bot or they're going to go rush? They're running mid. They're trying to get. They have the arena back, so they want to fight. Does he have a dagger?
Yeah,
No.
but you don't have. Are you starting to surprise him because you don't have towers? You think
This
they'll
is
play more
hard though. This is
aggressively?
very very hard.
Yeah, because like this, you always
should-
start
they-
with the low ground.
Yeah,
low
it's
Sheffer.
very very hard, but they get it.
Okay.
Anyway,
I mean, is it worth a smoke for a 4
no,
though?
not really. Not worth. I think definitely not worth.
If this turns into a tower though, that's much more worth.
The Dire's not gonna give you. That.
Yeah,
There's no way.
GeekFam.
There's no way that you can take.
Oh, in
Oh,
fact, they're
fuck,
actually
man.
counter-attacking with a shapeshift. Carl, he does have the dragon form. They could fight
Oh,
this
nice
further.
soul bind.
Nice soul bind. And they just have to play around with the Lycan here. They stop the Void Spirit, dissimulate to get away. The Lycan can't run freely because he's been leashed.
Yeah, but this,
But
this
the
is
Veno,
good.
Cuckoo.
It's very good for the.
There's the
Dire.
typical Cuckoo play. I see a kill. I will go for it, but the high ground.
He's gotten a lot better on being disciplined nowadays. I mean, I agree.
But he still has his aggressiveness.
he
I
used
like
to
that.
be that because he's a mid player.
Yeah, no, I like that. I think Cuckoo style is a wonderful style. I just need to tone down the
He's-
turn the aggressiveness.
He has already toned it down a lot, like across
Yeah.
the years.
I
It's
agree. I agree.
Still not perfect, but he's getting there.
Don't misinterpret that by Flame. I do like his playstyle a lot, especially as an offlaner.
That's why they're your favorite team, yeah. Cuckoo and Carl, double K, double aggression.
Don't. That was. Don't, you were so close to something horrendous there. I do like GeekFam, but I like all teams in this tournament. If you made it to the playoffs in this tournament, you're great. In fact, if you made it to this tournament alone, you're fantastic. You're in my heart. Reality Rift, TNC, you might have not made it this far, but you're a great team nonetheless.
You covered all your bases. Good
Yeah,
job.
really, really did. Yeah, I can't be safer than that. So right now, what's the plan for Adroit to regain back a bit of the map control, or to just kind of,
Waterman, give room for Waterman to farm. That's your priority number one.
oh, Waterman is morph, right?
Who else would be Waterman?
I thought you meant like the water. boy.
Aquaman.
No, I get it.
He
How do you create this room for the morph to farm though? Like what are your plays here?
They have to move top, create a distraction at top, or they have to attempt to defend the bottom area for the morphling to farm. But right now, I think it's difficult for them to engage in the bottom area, so probably they have to push the wave out and try to go top and like make a fight happen. The Void Spirit has to... He has to go with the, I think the Shaker and the Grim. 3 of them have to go and smoke. But no, Dire is the one smoking and they're trying to hunt down the morphling. They know that the morphling is the win condition. They do not want him to farm. Lycan has wolf form. Oh, they see him. This is he's in a very precarious position.
No, but the tank is really good,
It's
actually.
good. Yeah, it's good he died.
Mac is actually joining in, thinking he can get a free kill on Whitemon as well.
It's a Bane.
Again, though.
That's not a weak support.
It's
Are you
not-
sure?
Oh, they actually put the wolf in a cage now. What is he gonna do? He's also been leashed. They've controlled the dog perfectly. Just need one last hit and they'll do the trick. Goodbye to Raven. Then for now, CML survives. The Wolves finish him off, but it's okay. You already took the win condition from the enemy team, and now they even find Cuckoo alone. They miss the spear. He gets the poison Nova thanks to that, and this might allow Carl to do the last bits of damage, but he realizes it's not a good engagement. He has to run away. Jeff has already been decimated. GeekFam. They thought they were the hunter, but they turned into the hunted.
They didn't have the numbers when the fight initially happened. I'm not sure where the DK was, but he was very, very late to the fight. I feel like whenever the Lycan has wolf form, there is actually no way that Raiden can actually fight into the Lycan with a significant. They were like 4 to 5k behind at that point, and now it's gonna turn to a very even game. I mean, I felt like the DK should have definitely been there for the fight. Let's see what happened. Where is the DK? So DK is running in from, oh, he's so far away.
Very far away.
He's very far and he's running back to the lane. He blinked to the lane to farm the creeps. That was the problem, that he blinked to the wave. And then right now his team is running towards, they realize how important is this fight.
Honestly, that initiation though by Adroit was fantastic, right? The the Arena Blood into the Soulbind.
Yeah, but I felt like there's actually no way that the DK doesn't come to this fight. Like if the Lycan, like the game is gonna revolve around the Lycan. If Lycan says, I want to go with the wolf form, you gotta go with him.
I agree.
He's the boss. Like if you're 50-50, like one guy doesn't want to go, the other guy is going, this is going to happen. And you must remember, you have a time limit on your draft. You know, you're against a Morphling.
Yes.
Morphling plus Earthshaker.
No, Cuckoo's dead again.
This is really bad right now. Like the Morphling and Earthshaker, you can play the game from like 5-7k behind easily. You know, like you can come back.
Yes, really. We've seen
If
that
the game is
before.
even and Daya has no advantage, it's like
very
GG.
difficult.
It's close to GG. So they have to be very careful. I think if they make one more mistake, the game is over for Daya. They have to be very careful with how they're approaching the game next. And now Shaker has a Blink Dagger.
They need to take a deep breath right now. They need to. Okay, this play against Mars might. No, it's just he has way too much. And Bulk even uses the Arena Blood. Actually, not bad.
Why are they so split up? They have one guy, the Pangna's at top, 2 guys mid.
They're starting to lose the coordination like GeekFam usually has.
Yeah,
We said this in the draft.
They're losing the coordination because they made a couple of like serious errors. But I felt like the intention was correct. They were making the right play. They were just not on the same page when the Lycan decided to fight on the ramp there.
And the problem with this is now you start to doubt. You know, you need to talk with the team, but you're in the middle of the game.
And it
It's hard.
affects your decision making.
Exactly. Yeah, the confidence in your team wavers a bit.
Dire are scared.
So Lycan decides that he still wants to push. This is the right thing to do. He has to pressure, but Bok has no arena, so this might be a difficult fight for them right now. I think the arena is very important, like you mentioned in the fight. He needs to cage the Lycan. If you cage the Lycan and his books and the wolves, that's great. Then you take on the other heroes and you try to eliminate the Bane, the Pangna first.
I agree. We'll see. Bok, we're gonna have it soon though. It's not really the longest cooldown ultimate. Can we just click on him for a second to see? Yeah, it's 30
There's
seconds.
still some opening.
Okay, they're still opening. You're
They're
right.
smoking with the dagger and the shaker. Do they have a vision here? Observer.
Oh,
watch.
they're gonna do a
Rim
little
shot,
wrap around.
smoke
Can they
break.
do it? Mac jumping in, Fissure, and there goes the Earthshaker with the morph. It was easy to eliminate 2 of the enemy.
Oh, the wolf
heroes.
is running away. That's bad.
The wolf is running away. He was also stuck by the wall right now. The Morphling, though,
No!
right there. He gets caught. He's in a shift in time. And the wolf got a free kill because of that. That's fantastic. That's what they were looking for. And they realized this is enough. They just got a very lucky break.
Oh, the Morphling just got a little too cocky there. I think they already had them on the run. It was the right thing. He jumped in, but
He got surprised by the stun.
he needed to morph strength when he... I think it's okay if he wants to jump in there, but he needs to just morph strength.
Yes, because Dragon Tail could have come
Yeah.
out.
I think it was correct for them to chase. It was just that he didn't morph strength.
Yeah, the initiation by Mac was great. And then the Morphling was Earthshaker, just
Yeah.
destroyed. Yeah, so Lycan realized he can't fight against them, so he has to back out.
Here he just needs to morph strength.
Yes.
He needed to morph strength when he went in.
They did not have control over the high ground, and thinking that DK wasn't there, you know, was...
Yeah. Like there was no way Raiden would have lost that fight. No way.
I agree with that.
Yeah, so it's okay, you know, they're still the team with
Small
the morphling.
mistakes, small
Yeah, it's a small mistake. Their draft allows them to make errors, you know. They can still win the game.
But GeekFam just got given an out with that. Oh, cool. Again. Actually, this is surprised by Boomy.
Where is the...
Arena
Pretty
Blood.
tanky.
He again uses the Poison Nova for nothing. These are the rotation by GeekFam though. They think they want to fight this apparently. I mean, Bulk is still poisoned from behind.
Wait, what?
I think that everyone's TPing out though. And Bulk, no way, no way, Bulk, just broke your legs. Your ankles are broken.
Yep, your ankles are broken. They take Cuckoo for free. and Morphling is going to be farming.
Was Goku supposed
Amazing,
to
amazing.
be baiting there? Was that the idea, or because that's their dead lane, right?
Yeah, it's a dead lane. Like he needs to just be more careful when he's farming the dead lane. You use your wards and you don't right click with your hero because he was trying to.
Stay out of vision as well.
Yeah, he was trying to farm. I mean, he's the correct hero to go to the dead lane, but he was just like trying to. He was last hitting with his hero instead of just being careful, you know, just last hit with the plague wards.
Right, because if you can elongate the fight enough, they can TP there and
Yeah,
help you
if
kill.
they dive you under the tower, sure, go ahead.
Yeah,
Be
exactly.
my guest, you know, if Radiant wants to do that, the Venom would just gladly take it. But because he was last hitting in the lane, then it became a very easy setup for them.
Yeah, I see that.
I mean, these are the things that you need to identify, you know, when you are thinking about, are you in the right area? Are you doing the right thing? These are the small things that could cloud your judgment, make you think that, oh, are we actually doing the wrong thing? They would affect your confidence, you know. So it's very important to know what actually went wrong. Like in between the games, you know. Talk about decisions like this.
Tower is under attack.
These are all very, very important phases for teams to get better. Bane is trying to set up there, but it's quite difficult. He was so near the tower. I think if he gets the sleep, I don't think you even want to engage on that. It's more like just poking and prodding, you know. You're trying to fish over TPs, over commitment. Morphing's here to fight with his axe.
Okay, so now you're. What level is Morphling right now? Okay, so he still doesn't have. Oh, he just got the talent.
No, he
still
already
doesn't
has.
have full morph.
He already has the talent.
Yeah, but you need the full morph. You need level 18 to get the constant morph.
Yeah.
Because now it's 100 seconds cooldown on that.
Yep. That's actually a very big deal. That's correct. Like when you play Earthshaker morphing, you. Never mind. Here comes the wolf.
Okay, shapeshift, double fissure though, stops him,
Oh,
and
he traps
again,
the wolf.
the dog's in the kennel. What are you gonna do, Raven? They just ignore him. They go for the Dragon Knight, and they might be able to kill Carl. The damage is lacking. BKB saves him, Mechanism as well. And now, it's time for them to put some pressure, but in goes the Morphling as they shift in time. But damage not sufficient. Did he attribute shift? He did, but the Fiend Skip's a bit too strong. Good part of the Morphling and this whole team with him. And it's only Mac versus the world, and GeekFam just played another great team fight, giving them another breath of fresh air here.
Yeah, it was a very, very well played team fight where you saw the initial part where the Lycan ran in. He created the diversion, he created the space, and it was very easy for the Bane and the Pugna. They were doing so much with their spells. They were on the high ground, close to the high ground on the right, and it was very difficult for the Radiant team to initiate. And Radiant team did not have any advantage in that fight because it was all on like flat surface. It was on a low ground. They didn't have a defender's advantage there, so it wasn't really. I felt like it wasn't really smart for them to, or it wasn't ideal for them to fight as a defender because you don't get any advantage. Look at the fight here. It's a flat surface, so you don't get any advantage here. They're under the tower, but look at how far they are running away. There's two fights. The bottom fight where you see the two support smoke, the Pugna and the Bane. They're gonna go in right now. They're gonna do a lot. The DK doesn't die from the mech and the BKB, even though it was a pretty decent Echo Slam, but the Pugna and Bane just, with the spells, just winning the fight here with the Grape, the Nether Ward, the D-Crab. They just couldn't fight after that. They needed to fight around with the arena. Like if you arena, you have to do something to kill them. Like they need to be together. But it's not that easy in that position because it's very hard for them to connect together. That's why it wasn't a very ideal place for them to fight.
Yeah, it's true. Like that seemed like at first, a priori, it seems like that Echo Slam might turn around the fight, but they realized at that point you don't have the damage to really bring anything.
Because
in.
that area is very hard. Sure, you're the Earthshaker, you're Blink, right? You can go in, but what about the rest?
Yes.
They don't want to go near that because it's very near the high ground where the
Where the
Dire
enemy
team,
team is.
yeah, the Dire team are on the high ground, so it's very hard.
And
for
I
them to
would
fight.
have said in that the team fight as well. I think that Zephyr, particularly in Cuckoo's positioning, was really good because thanks to them, the Dragon got saved. They didn't get caught in the arena of blood, so they knew this time. Cuckoo's smart enough from the last team fights. In fact, Zephyr's mechanism saved the DK there to some degree. It made him a non-valuable target.
Another smoke. They need to take the high ground. They have to take the high ground to have
Oh.
advantage here.
Okay, I don't know about this one. Okay, they're gonna run in anyway. Yeah, Shapeshift is available. Another fissure, and the arena of blood. There's so many walls stopping the Lycan, but Box still goes down. DK cares not about walls. He is a dragon, simply flies over them and blinks through them. And with that, the tower
So
falls.
you need your axe to fly away.
You did, but in this context, it was too good not to say. I don't care if it was Dota accurate. It's lore accurate, so I'll take it. You think dragons blink? That's not something that they do. Nobody blinks in fantasy. They teleport. Take the Roshan for free now. Smoke though to
They
turn
have
it.
to fight.
They have to. They have Echo Slam. They do not. Oh, they do. Sorry, they
They
do.
have Echo Sam.
And they have. They don't have Morph though. Oh, that's a pretty big deal. And no arena blood.
Did he cast the morph already? Or he just doesn't have it? I think he...
It's 100 seconds. There we go. Finally got it.
Are scanning.
He's shaker.
Okay, they're kind of taunting with the Roche,
Wait,
but oh,
decrep,
Cuckoo is
decrep.
stuck in the crevice. There's a decrep plus the heal. Cuckoo's tanking a fair amount. He's staying. The Fiend's Grip's good, but no, it gets cancelled.
High
Thanks to the
ground.
double
Fight
goals.
on the high ground.
Instead, find the Earthshaker. Kill the person the Morph can turn into. You've already murdered the Morph because of a neutral creep. He waveformed up into the high ground and died to the neutrals.
Even the neutrals doesn't like him. You
Even
pick
the neutrals.
a shaker morphling, you disgusting. You don't deserve to play this game. Disgusting.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it was mostly because Venom's Poison Sting stops Morphling attribute shift from being effective.
Yeah, the regen is actually how many percent? 30%?
30%.
Yeah.
Oh,
30%
yeah, it was right.
if you have Vessel and
And it stacks with the Plague Ward.
yeah, the Vessel. He has Vessel and the Poison Sting.
Yeah, Poison Sting, but the Poison Sting stack with one another as well. Not
Yeah.
not fully, of course. But
Half. So it's 45%. Do your math.
no, damage is half though. It's
Oh, the HP regeneration is not half?
no, it's how it adds is it's the weird Dota mechanic. It's not like fully.
Oh, okay, I get what you mean. I'm
Yeah.
sorry that I judged you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was about to say Spanish math. That's the comment of the cast. Nah, Cuckoo's really. I mean, that's why I love the Cuckoo versus. The Venom versus Morphling. And here we see what the people are thinking about this match, and the odds have slightly changed. And whether you can go check the odds yourselves and GGBet. Still time. You can still participate.
Yeah. I mean, you see GeekFam, like, why they are a strong team right now. They made a bad fight, 10 minutes ago. Like, they ran up the ramp. They were supposed to win with their timing with the Lycan, but the Dragon Knight was late. But it didn't stop them from playing the game, you know. I didn't even feel like they got affected by making that big mistake, even though they are on like a timing lineup. They just regrouped, played together, understood they needed to just wait for the next cooldowns to do the next move, and here we are. They have a 15k lead 10 minutes later. Just a sign of a good team, you know. The mental game is as important as the game itself.
Yeah, I was surprised because GeekFam, there was a moment where they seemed to lose it and then they just kind of recompose themselves, which is, I mean, it's a lot of to be said about the team.
Radiant's top tower is under
Yeah, I mean, right now for Adroit, it's very important for them to just they have one more fight in them. They have to defend the high ground with and hopefully the Morphling can get one more item, so that they can try to. He's the only hope right now, the Morphling, and the Shaker.
We have a like in BKB now. That's gonna maybe help him out into these team fights. He did go for the straight, I want to finish now match. Assault Harass into BKB, the towers fall quickly.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Carl's a great help.
They have
Mars.
to try to smoke and go from behind.
Yes.
If
yes.
they don't go from behind, how are they going to bypass the wards, the Wolfman?
Oh, well, just like that. Jump in, find both. They use all their ultimates. And is that going to be enough to kill the Wolfman? Yes, but he has an Aegis, a second life. And Morphling does not have anything like that. He's been Fiend Script, manhandled to death. GeekFam takes down the Morphling. Also the Earthshaker. The full combo is dead. If he comes back, there is no Morph anyway. There is no partner, so the buyback is not even that effective. And this might just be game here. You have all the... You can get Mega Creeps easily. No Arena of Blood. Only Spears to stop them. Shapeshift is still available for Raven. And they think it's time to go. Shapeshift's been used. As I mentioned, and Bach has been torn to shreds.
Radiant's middle barracks.
And I think this might... I really do think
I
that
mean,
might
the
be...
Lycan is just... He's too free in this game, you know. There's nothing that can deal with him. Yeah,
It was
you
really
can-
just the Mars.
You can cage him, but I feel like if you're caging the wolf and you're not killing the wolf, then it doesn't really matter in the fights because his duration outlasts your cage on the arena.
I also think that the problem there to some degree is the DK existing, because if you cage the wolf and you kill the mid, it's fine, but you can't do that with a DK. That's not possible. So him being so tanky makes it difficult to play these fights. Is Mac going to die here? He dispels the poison thanks to the Lotus Orb, but I don't think that's going to be enough. They even commit the BKB. Who cares about your Lotus Orb? I got my Dragon Tail, and that's enough to call the GG.
Yep, very well executed game by GeekFam.
I told you
some
in the
small hiccups, but they pulled through. They pulled through. They didn't let it tilt them. They didn't let it affect their later portion of the game. They just moved on and just reset.
I said it with the predictions. If you're going the same way I'm going, you're not doing it right. So, you know, I was correct about that. For now, GeekFam wins the first game. Exciting series though. I think it was quite nice to. I think the both teams played nicely. There was a couple of small mistakes by both teams, but overall, watching GeekFam recover was much more because GeekFam played well than because Adroit messed
The
up.
timing of both teams were very, very different. So it was very interesting watching them how they are both trying to abuse the timings with the Wolf and the morphing shaker. But I think the star of the show, it was that Pugna. He was
Yes.
the star of the show.
The Pugna was fantastic, I would say. I do love how Sheffer. I mean, Sheffer's been just stellar really in this tournament with these weird picks and to this
I
degree.
mean,
the Pug-
Pugna's support is he actually that weird?
I think. No,
he's-
not this one. No, sorry. I'm just thinking of the other picks.
Yeah,
Pugna's
the other
support-
ones are the weird ones, but this one is more. Maybe it's still a bit unconventional if you compare to traditional Dota. Yes,
Sure.
I agree. It's not the most common support, but I think right now the Pugna is a hero that Adroit has to
Right.
think about whether they should ban it or they have to come up with a better solution against it.
Yeah, I agree. But we'll see what happens with game number 2 because we'll see if Adroit can bounce back. Actually, kind of happy that they lost the first game because the second game we're going to see Adroit stronger. That they are really like an anime main character. They're just going to bounce back,
Yeah.
be more powerful, and show us that they can beat GeekFam at least for one game of the series. This is the best of 3. Hope you enjoyed the first game. Hope you enjoyed the cast. My name is Mr. Apple Plus. Here joined by Winter, and we'll come back shortly with the second game. Until then, guys.
We rise up from the dust and claim our throne.
My name is Jordan Gilbert, aka Nothing.
Hi, my name is Sue Lee. My handle is Smix. I think it's important for these initiatives to happen. Empathy really, really goes a long way, and it always means so much to us, and I think that's where initiatives like this really help.
I encourage everyone in the community, anytime they see bullying, anytime they see someone getting called names, or I encourage you to step up and say something.
Good luck, have fun.
Good luck, have fun.
Multiple witnesses have reported mysterious shadow sightings all around the city. According to experts, the origin of these shadows is still unclear.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
I was running road so many nations. Even when it's so sweet, I end up seeing red. Is it such a ghostly revelation? I may have fucked up all my chances.
And we ain't sleeping on the floor again. We never sleeping on the floor again. For the ones who didn't make it out, for the ones that didn't see the life, for the ones that never cared, never gave a thought, found no happiness in that brand new car or the house you bought. I see you talking about the love you lost, and it was gone like way before you ever thought it was. Yeah, a ghostly revelation. I may have fucked up all my chances. Fucked up all my chances.
And we are never feeling cold again. And we are never feeling cold again. But I can't act like it's easy. It's hard to preach. Cause I've been burning trees and watch them fall. If we cannot breathe out, we go forward. Sure, I was searching for cure. Fishing a little wildlife. And when I'm low on fuel, I'll still be running till my back broke. Halfway, lost hope and I checked it. Hard roads, I didn't think I'd come back fast. Cause
I was running road so many nations. Even when it's so sweet, I ended up seeing red. This is such a ghostly revelation. I may have fucked up all my chances. Fucked up all my chances. Been around the globe, looked around, nothing fitted. Seen high and lows, but you won't even get it. Been around the globe, think it's time to admit it's not the end, but the road, and you won't even get it. Been around the globe, looked around, nothing fitted. Seen high and lows, but you won't even get it. Been around the globe, think it's time to admit it's not the end, but the road.
saw you look at me that way, it broke my heart to see. It was a moment of darkness, a moment in time that I regret for being so heartless. It was a moment of, a moment of, a moment of darkness. Look at me that way, it broke my heart to see. It's too hard, it don't come easy. I went dark, I lost it right away. And when it starts, God knows what I'll say. In my head, I had good reason. I went red so unexpectedly. I should have said that sometimes happens to me. It was a moment of darkness, a moment in time that I regret for being so heartless. It was a moment of, a moment of, a moment of darkness.
ESL 1 is brought to you in part by Intel, Mercedes-Benz, GGBet, Mountain Dew Game Fuel, and DHL.
Hello, we are back, boys and girls, men and women. Welcome to the ESL 1 Birmingham Online 2020 SCA League, powered by Intel.
Welcome. Welcome.
I leave a nice little pause between the powered by Intel, you know, because it just powers me down. Gotta really resonate to the importance of such a fantastic sponsor.
You're doing a very good job. I'm telling this on behalf of production.
At Winter, he doesn't say, but between games, he actually goes and buys Intel processors. He can't stop. He has like enough Intel processors for 12 computers. It's the only thing that
No,
matters.
100 computers.
You have 100 computers already? This is the obsession, guys. His obsession.
One for each fish.
He just logs he logs up on Game Fuel, just goes crazy, ordering on DHL just a bunch of Intel processors. And he's hoping the Mercedes will just give him a free car because he has no more money for things.
No.
He's hoping the MVP vote goes his way. We'll see. So, Winter, we just saw actually really good game number 1, I would say. But
Yeah, it was overall. It wasn't perfect, but I think overall it was a great game. Like there was a lot of back and forth, a lot about the timings, the Lycan versus the Morphing Earthshaker.
Yeah.
And somewhere deep down in my heart, I'm glad that the Morphing Earthshaker lost.
Oh yeah, everyone is glad about that. It has nothing to do with who's playing it. It's the Morph Shaker. I still remember when you used to, before, when they were like really OP, you used to cast those games and you go, well, the game is essentially lost. They're 30k behind, but it is a Morphling Earthshaker, so you never know. And that was not like a comeback. Oh, they played so well. It's just like, oh, I hate this. This is a
The
broken.
eventual fact that you're gonna lose against the Earthshaker Morph.
It's the worst. What kind of like feeling is that? Ugh, disgusting. So many free games essentially were given to those picks, but now it's actually much more hard to play. It's like, I mean, yes, it's still hated because of what it used to be, but it's not as OP as it used to be. There's ways to counter it.
Yeah, it's nowhere near how it used to be.
No. There's no like ticking time bomb. Like, guys, it's been 20 minutes. The Morph has level 18. The game's over, and you're like, you're pressured constantly. GeekFam played a great tempo game, though. I think I particularly, to me, that game, what really stood out was, as you mentioned, the Pugna, but also Kuku and Jeffer. Really, their performance was.
For me, I
solid.
admire their mindset in the game after that big mess up. I call that a big mess up because of the timing of the heroes. The Lycan's not supposed to lose any of the early to mid game fights when you have a wolf form. There's no way you could lose the fight, and they lose one important fight. Morphling came back. He got a kill. Like they kind of felt so bad. The Dragon Knight was late to the party, but didn't affect them. I think this is something that I admire a lot when I look at the games, because I feel like whenever there's a very equal matchup, like both teams are equally skilled, all these things that's happening outside the game, inside the game, the mindset, how do you look at the game after you lost the game, and do you find the right problem in the game? Like all these things I feel matters a lot in a high level tournament.
I agree. I agree. I think that in when we watch these games, sometimes we talk about like these mistakes, but they're so minor, and it's only because they're up against teams that are so equal to them that won't make these.
That's why it feels like even a minor mistake could just lose you the game.
Yeah, we've seen stompy games that come from like one small mistake in lane or something like that, and that's just that's pro Dota for you. You know, the stakes are much higher.
Dota is just hard, very hard.
It's really really hard game. Yeah, that's why we're bleeding players like crazy. But us faithful still stay here, and we're here to watch some great.
But the thing about Dota is like that's the beauty, right? Because it's so hard. That's why there's always there is always a particular audience that really likes to, or players that like to play it or watch it. Because you understand the intricacy of the game. You know why is it so difficult. you understand some of it. Right?
Some of it, exactly. Yeah. But to me, I always tell my friends, you know, my friends don't play Dota, and I want to get into the game. It's like, what really attracts you about Dota? And I go, well, I like feeling stupid. Like no joke, I like.
Oh, you should tell them the cosmetics.
The cosmetics. No, I mean obviously Dota has a lot of things like the power complex. You feel very powerful when you're doing well in Dota. But to me, is the every day I learn something new, something great. Like today with a little tiny play with Ancient Apparition, you didn't know that, and you played in TIs. And you said that was a small thing. You didn't know that. Like, you learn these interactions every day. Everything there's always a bit more.
In your brain, logically that shouldn't happen, but
well, of course it should happen. He moves 1,200 units in the air. So it breaks it. It's perfectly logical. Do not try to get away from this one. No, but this is what makes Dota so beautiful and what makes competitive Dota so wonderful. So let's watch some more competitive Dota. Here's the draft. What can you tell me? Ricky ban.
Ricky ban?
5 seconds remaining.
By GeekFam.
Ricky ban. They banned the Ricky the last game, but it was in the second phase. Yeah, it was in the second phase.
Oh, wow. Starting out with Legion.
Adroit has first pick and they're on the Radiant side. Wow.
You think there's a pocket strat of some sort?
Not sure. Different way of drafting. The way they're drafting is very unique.
Maybe Legion Skyrath?
Maybe. Why not? But I'm not a very big fan of Skyrath, if you ask me.
No, me neither. I think he's not the strongest meta. But what other pocket strats can you have with Legion? Legion Snap?
Why does it have to be those kind of heroes? Why can't it just be like some Shadow Fiend draft? You know, Legion plus Shadow Fiend, so you buff the Shadow Fiend or Medusa.
Oh yeah, I guess I didn't see it that way. I'm sorry. I don't always see the bigger picture. I'm just seeing the wombo combo.
You're seeing the lane and how the else. How can
they improve the duel?
How can my LC just eliminate?
That's it. I'm thinking like a pub player.
Oh, Sunstrike. Oh, Skyra.
Yes. That's the build. Yes.
No, Sunstrike is not even the thing that you would think about, because it's not in. It's not your. You don't play with the mid player, right? You just play with the support.
Nah, it's okay. You play Snapfire 4, Skyrath 5, Invoker mid, and then you got powerful skill in the game.
Not against a Winter Wyvern or a Shadow Demon.
Yeah, well, there's some small counters. Small.
A Shadow Demon. Okay, Winter Wyvern doesn't counter that because you have a mid.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there you go. See? Essentially unbeatable. Only beaten by like Bane and Shadow Demon and a bunch of heroes that give you save.
OD.
Oracle. Yeah, well. You start with the Ember Spirit. They combo this with a Coddle, but we haven't seen as much. Instead, the Grimstroke is more popular, and they're going for Shadow Demon. Immediately countering the Legion.
The Kenny Spirit is coming.
I just don't get why you would pick Legion first, because there's so many heroes that really
there has
beat
to be
the
a
Legion.
strategy.
Yeah, clearly. It's a pocket strat of some sort.
LC is like, for me, the hero is a lane hero.
But a weaker, though.
When you don't see your lane matchup, it's okay to pick the hero. So when does that happen? Usually when you're on the second pick. Usually when you're on first pick, you kind of like want to pick Legion if it's you can destroy the lane. Like say you're laning against, that would be a good example. Weak lane against Legion, like maybe some Nature's Prophet carry, maybe just maybe.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of the example.
Sure.
Then you pick the Legion. But when you pick the Legion, like what Adroit is doing here, it clearly has to be a strategy that they are trying to do. But maybe because they are taking so much time, I don't feel it. So there's too many single target heroes right now. Like
you can fix that with a bit of team.
Yeah, like Shadow Demon counters everything. You know, that's like very worrisome. But the good side about Bane and Legion Commander is both of them are very strong laners. They're very, very good in the lane.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
So they have to be careful with team fight because they don't have team fight now, so they have to try to either try to ban the team fight heroes that's good for Dire, or they have to pick some team fight later to compensate for the lack of team fight.
Maybe the Legion's not being played as a core. Maybe the Legion's supposed to be a support,
Like what?
like a 4.
Then what do you do?
You buff your carry when you win the lane. Because you're pretty decent laner, you buff your carry.
Just go and be a 5, but there's a Bane. Nah.
I don't know, because I just don't. I'm sorry, I'm trying to make a logic out of this pick. That's why.
But we'll see. We'll have to.
I do agree it has to be around the press the attack. I'm reserving my judgment. I'm just trying to figure it out. Honestly, every time you say that, it just means I'm going to flame 10 minutes into the game. I'll wait 10 minutes, and that's where I'll go.
I gave the benefit of the doubt for 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
For 10 minutes.
Why is this Spectre such garbage? Why is he not winning? It's 10 minutes in the game.
Don't worry.
Morphling, picked up by GeekFam. So they might... Is the Earthshaker on the... It is. Oh, wow. Are they going to pick Morphling Earthshaker themselves? Teach you how to play?
Oh, that's the maximum. Adding salt to the injury.
Oh, yes, that is. Adding... What?
Adding...
Insult to injury?
Yeah, insult to injury. I don't know what I think about salt.
Salt to the wound.
Yeah,
You had both. Both were correct. Not separately. The Dazzle by Adroit. So it's not enough. Mid Dazzle? Or
the
support?
Dazzle, I feel like it's a call here against the Morphling.
Right.
Maybe they're moving the LC away to another lane. I don't know. Or
Maybe
maybe
the LC
maybe LC is a
the
support, like you said.
support.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows?
Oof. I hope your words taste yummy, Winter.
Yep. PL. Go for PL.
Like,
Oh, there's no
no,
PL.
you can't because
Oh
you have
no.
Morphling, mate.
Oh no, PL is also banned. No, I mean Adroit can go for the... But never mind. Oh no, not Earthshaker. Morph is
That's actually a pretty good combo too.
and Undying is Onage against the Legion Commander.
Yep.
In the lane if the Legion is off lane.
Makes the Legion really weak. The Bane can still deal with dying though. That's...
Now everything is tying together. They have a push draft. LC, Laundry, Dazzle. But can they actually end the game? That is the question. They're gonna need... So presuming the Dazzle is going to be... I think the Dazzle should be at core.
Yeah,
but
do you think it's mid maybe then? If you're knowing a push draft, Dazzle mid.
Either offlane or mid. Yeah, I want the Dazzle. If it's my choice, I want the Dazzle to be a core for sure. Then I'm gonna pick like a... I don't know what's this Legion doing here, but I'll presume if it's me, I'll put the Legion on the offlane and I'll pick like a support that can initiate like anything like Earth Spirit, anything that has stuns, Nyx, whatever. Then we just play the game. Or if you want to all in, just pick a bench. Just push.
Oh right, yeah, I can see that.
Bench, Dazzle, Laundry.
Yeah,
feels
okay.
good. I mean, you already committed so far, you know. This Dazzle, Laundry, just go with it.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I don't know, man. I really don't feel the Legion in the offlane. I think they need... Yeah, I agree they need a mid laner. I don't feel the Legion in the offlane because Undying is going to counter you hard. And then what's the point of picking a Legion off? I would rather have her as a potential roving support, whatever you do. I'm not really sure, but they have an idea.
What can you do as a support? Like what?
You hit people. And you just ignore the Undying. You go to the lane Undying is not. You hit people. You win the mid lane. And Adroit can pick like something with a mid of push in the mid lane. Like DK, NP. Hook it NP mid.
Okay. As long as it's a push hero.
Yeah, push hero to some degree. Brood Mama.
DP. Oh
no,
no,
she's
not
banned.
DP.
I was thinking DP first, obviously. Or Lycan, but they're both banned.
Okay, so...
Oh, you can't go Brood Mother against Ember. Unfortunately. I don't know, Adroit really has me stumped with this draft, to be honest. I don't even know what the idea was for this draft to begin with.
5 seconds.
You don't need to know. All that matters is they know.
Yeah, but then what...
But you feel that they don't know because they're taking so much time.
Well, I don't know. No, they must have a pocket strat here. Like you don't pick these heroes just randomly. Like there's an idea. I trust Adroit.
It's a feel-good day for Laundry. That's not how you pick it. I feel like I want to play Laundry now.
Sure, yeah, sure.
He'd do that to the drafter. Hey, can I play Laundry this game? Hey, I feel like playing Shadow Fiend. And then the captain looks at him. You haven't seen any heroes on the enemy team. I just feel like playing Shadow Fiend.
I can't believe they do that in a competitive match. Or there's actual
You'll be surprised what else they do, you know.
Oh my god. Well, I have learned new things every day. I don't know if I want to learn that one though.
Some things are better left untouched.
What other heroes that you could... I saw the OD because the OD Legion is strong, but I don't see it here. Mirana. I have no... Mirana 4?
Yeah, I told you, they're just gonna pick a support. Now they have strong lanes.
I can't be...
There's also, I guess, do you just put the Dazzle off lane? Yeah, I think you put the Dazzle off lane. and then maybe Legion just go mid against the Ember.
Yeah, actually, you win the
Yeah,
mid lane.
You
That's
can
true.
you trade better, then you have learned, or you put a Legion safe lane. I don't care where you go.
I
As long
don't
as
care.
as long as you're not in the Anais lane.
Adroit has the most flexible draft I've seen in a while. Like literally every guy except for Bane could be any position here, except for lone druid support.
Hey, haven't you seen Bane core?
I actually have used to be played as an
Off-lane
off-lane.
Bane.
Yep. But now it's bad because of the changes to the talents. They killed the Bane core. I'm sorry to tell you. No more Zai Bane.
I'm not upset about that. You know, I think Bane should be a support hero.
I used to love playing Bane mid.
But the thing about Dota is everyone is talking about Dota being a game where there is no specific certain hero because there's a lot of ways of. The beauty about it is there's a lot of ways of playing a specific hero.
There's no forced meta, as they say.
Yeah, there's no forced meta. But right now we're post lane meta.
Yeah, that's why we complain about those things, because it does force to some degree a meta, which is not what Dota is about. But you know, we also had team to say. GeekFam.
15-minute games.
Most exciting games though. You want to watch real fish in Dota? Watch TI4, mate.
Oh, the towers were way weaker back then.
Yeah, they've been buffed so much since then. What is the offlaner now you need? I actually didn't mind the Brewmaster.
Team fight hero. Just a team
Mars,
fight hero.
Centaur? Yeah. Okay.
Wow, last pick a Centaur. So Shadow Demon Centaur, strong lane. Centaur is great against the Lone Druid. So
Okay,
I think
they are playing Legion off.
off lane Legion. Mid.
The truth is, Dazzle is really strong against Ember. Like really strong. You can say Dazzle because of your physical damage.
Slight, dodge, poison, touch.
You bait it though.
Okay, let wool between the
Sure.
Ember Spirit and the Dazzle. But
Oh, Carl's gonna love this.
yeah, I agree. Overall, Dazzle should farm more than the Ember. You should farm a lot more in the lane.
I would still rather see the Legion though mid and see the Dazzle as an off.
Yeah, I actually prefer that too. I would prefer that because then the Legion gets a game, and Dazzle still gets a game anyway. It doesn't matter where you go. You know,
Exactly.
it's more about like giving the Legion somewhere that he can actually get some farm.
It's different because before the Garden Greaves mid, Dazzle kind of build was really effective, and nowadays it's just okay. It's not as effective as it used to be because you can't snowball as crazy as it was before. You're gonna see the GGBet odds for this match now. So if you guys wanna go to GGBet and place some money, add some spice to your game, go ahead and do so right now. Remember to do so. It is still your money. Just add some spice, add some fun to your game. Don't ruin your life. And if you also want to add a bit of, if you want to have a bit of decision making in your life because you feel like you have no control, because you feel like you lose all your pubs games, the best way to have control is by voting for your favorite player, voting for your MVP, because your vote will count towards a brand new Mercedes-Benz that this player will get. And if that sell is not enough for you, we even have a video prepared just so you get excited about this MVP vote. We are live now. The horn is sounding and we can start to get excited about GeekFam versus Team Adroit. This could be the last match of the day. Be the door to a full best of 3.
The door?
The open door.
Also the portal.
Sure.
Portal is more fancy.
Yes, it is indeed. I actually think there's a beautiful synergy between the music that's playing right now and all the random screaming or spamming.
Wait, so are they doing? No, I'm looking at. Are they actually doing the standard lanes? Where's the LC? Where's he going? Oh, he's off.
He's top. He's top. Yeah,
off lane items. Oh, Venom.
Yeah. Also, look at what Dazzle's positioning. There's no way you're going on there. That's very standard mid as well.
30 seconds.
Unfortunate. Oh wow, you can spray paint the.
I guess it's not. I guess it's not that bad because the LC, could just go to the lane. I think that's the idea about why they'll first pick a hero, because they feel like they're picking a hero that doesn't really care about getting count. Instead of what we are trying to think that why would you first pick LC? Is this a flex pick? Is this a support hero? But I think right now I see it as they are viewing this hero as a hero where even if you counter him, we don't care. We're still sending him top.
Yep.
And he doesn't reveal much about our strategy.
I will say though,